Hey. Dankwaba Pausima Enum Chechi Amunina Baby Biawa Ultimate K Peace 1043 FM Sunye from the bankers of Ship House. This is Entertainment Review and it's Saturday. It's your baya boday. Ajinya me. Yeah, that's what you say. Christian Wajini Vidama say. Yami Shaw say. Utie Jumedi. This is where the biggest conversation as far as entertainment is concerned. Is always, and trust me, always done. And the chance in us is about being come on art in entertainment. Moya fine. And the weather I say start beside sure the person to be ice and person to I so better I want to so better. Bibia be a woman. Ah. Yaba be din come on. Hey, I know I'm so traffic no dear. Send me review. Sana one more launch. No opening as a matter of fact. Of the 13th All African Games. I'm on for idio mu post. Aye, Radi Yankopon. Post the debut of my hand so. We just say, "Womu pian to got him one and say, Falcao crack or got him no more, but forward the embarrassing call. Aye, post in a moody sano. Mama Kwaba. Yeah, Mama Kwabo, Ghana, Mama Kwaba. Sir? Hey. Oh, told like I know. Hey, oh, don't you, Bibia? Baby, would do in tia. Oh, don't ya? Baby, would What's my drink? Peace FM.
One so me don't for no. Eh, Abura me branding you now coming no.
Meniwa.
Me para boss me be me manu.
Sir?
Eh, the fair by no say.
How much now?
I saw by no say.
Oh, I've so.
Been me no tonight, me Jimmy car, me Jim so for me Jimmy car.
Jam life, man. Pen, what's in the pen?
And I took one tire pie. I swear I'm
Makumemo. Me say. Makumemo.
tuned.
Best radio.
News on your number one station.
It's the weekend. Let the good vibes take over. Only on your favorite station.
With your favorite station.
Each for so mama me reservation be na me pegela me neno be course reservation no so be the baba tujana Labadi Beach Hotel for say me meda hono me buffet ni sa inside Pacho amachi de asem your kind the MBBO o say onyame amoni pada se ni bia so ma asase so mebre hwe no de em say na amachi me no nya adwen hono because ebi ba asase so a te say bra wo mo bre no Bressa, what the Taria now, why, what the Taria now, why, so why, yeah, so be ya, say, be ya, so and find that. Oh, say, Pinomia, yeah, when I'm a toy and I'm yeah, I'm actually didn't know I am not Miss Me Bobby. A boy, you wear, and I'm I found more can't say more, just say, and Timame more much than you nana. And I said, man, could answer me.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM.
and rip off the knob.
This dial is hot. Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News on your number one station.
It's the weekend. Let the good vibes take over. Only on your favorite station.
With your favorite station. Digital and on your smartphone. The radio is hot.
Watch on the jump on the other fucking entertainment review. And then it's over to some entertainment. I've been another entertainment review. Pressing in the bottom for Tennessee. Entertainment. Entertainment review. Down up over my man, the fans, the fans.
Mami mo akwa be biom sabre don ko ba panse radio no me no studio no han say secret safa atena se ye ba be di nkomo nuan mo maka so ba be kan sana che se wo so ma chiro ma dwen sem e ba be to dwa na wie nkomo aye de hya se appointment committee dwumedi a wo mu di ye na ni nyina ne se minister designate o mampanyi soafo asisi o ba be da tourism creative art and culture no ba be da no Honorable Ejapa Mesa, Andrew Ejapa Mesa, one CCR, no, and Pinia Pound say, one concoction, yes, our ministry. So, Nana no could be appointment committee, 5th a year, March year, Okukupi appointment committee. That's a Benade ye chemi. Na, and come and someone penny for Ebusano, or Bra Kupio, when our appointment committee, no, San Common be a ye, and only a day shall na ye di, and come enti me ba be bobo nini bia kama se ne si call ye bra na nsem bisa no e koso na ya ba ne nsu ya ba be che ya adwen afa ho enti yentie bra Honorable Ejapa and Ejapa Mesa kopie the appointment committee wa ye mra hye yentie nsem ne bia wo bisa no na memra yanko enim.
Okay, so go on with your third one, please.
Thank you. Yeah, so my third one, there are quite a number of ancient mosques. We have one in Larbanga. There's one at a village called Bandang Konta. There's one in Wa. There's one in Bole. There's one in Malwe. They are dotted everywhere. And they are sites for tourists. And I've seen quite a number of tourists visiting those places. Last year, one of them collapsed, and many of them are collapsing. For instance, it was reported in the news that the Bole one had collapsed. The community had to come up themselves to maintain it. When you are given the nod, what will you do to ensure that these ancient mosques are not totally wiped out? Thank you.
Peace FM.
Chairman, I'm not so sure whether these mosques that is being referenced falls within the purview of the Museums and Monuments Board. Because my understanding that they are private-owned entities. But of course, they hold huge historical relevance. And so I would look into it to see whether the Museums and Monuments Board can collaborate with the communities that own these mosques, so that some arrangement of sorts can be put in place to ensure that it's managed for the benefit of the community and the nation at large. Thank you.
All right, so the last one has to do with high cost of doing business in the hospitality. I thought Chairman has asked me to ask the last one.
Peace FM.
Yes. You know, he's my friend. Yeah, so it has to do with the high cost of doing business in the hospitality industry. And I've just cross-checked. If you go to Marriott's hotel in Nigeria, as compared to Ghana here, their rates are better than our rates. Now, we met with stakeholders in the industry, and they are attributing this to multiplicity of taxes and levies, high tariffs in respect of electricity and water, and also a problem of getting credit to be able to expand their businesses. And even when they get it, the cost of borrowing is high. And so that is what is making them uncompetitive. What will you do to ensure that our hospitality industry become competitive so that we are able to attract many more investors? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I believe that I've also heard about the multiplicity of regulations, fees, and levies. And so it's important for us to work with the relevant ministries, departments, and agencies to harmonize those regulations, taxes, and levies so that at least there's some ease of administration. I believe that that will go a long way in helping them reduce their cost of doing business. Again, the utilities that you mentioned, I know that coming from the Ministry of Energy, a lot of work has gone into reducing even the bands that business operators were operating in, that then made the usage of electricity more expensive the more your consumption falls within a certain bracket. Thankfully, under the auspices of the Honorable Minister, PURC has worked to reduce the bands to only 2 as we speak. And the intention is to try and get to only 1 band by end of year. So that just like when you go to the filling station and you buy a liter of fuel for a fixed price, every kilowatt hour of electricity that you consume, regardless of the volume that you buy at the filling station, same is replicated in the power space. And we believe that that will also go a long way into reducing their cost. Of course, the credit issue, I'm sure that as the economic fundamentals improve, cost of borrowing then becomes less expensive for the operators. And so we would see how we work together with the other ministries that are involved in the space to create that environment for the businesses that operate in the tourism space to thrive. Thank you.
Your nomination.
Thank you.
And we're happy to receive you this morning. I have a fundamental question that has to do with an observation made by the Committee of Parliament for the Sector Ministry. Now, the last 2024 Joint Committee report for Trade and Tourism, they made a fundamental observation that 33% of the IGF relating to the Bureau of Ghana Languages was approved for them to retain for the fiscal year 2023. Unfortunately, the observation made was that this 33% retention that was approved by Parliament for the Bureau of Ghana Languages was not given to them by the ministry. And you know that this Bureau of Languages play a very critical role in our culture, in the development of the Ghanaian languages, and so forth and so on. So if you are given the nod, what are you going to do to ensure that this 33% is increased? Because they made an observation that the 33% is even woefully inadequate. And unfortunately, they didn't even get that 33% that was approved by Parliament. So if you are given the nod, what are you going to do to ensure that this is reviewed and the right budgetary allocation and retention is given to them for their development? Thank you.
Chairman, this is something that I have to look into because it's my understanding that the IGF is not generated at the ministry.
FM.
It's generated at the entity or the agency itself. And so how their funds that they've generated ends up with the ministry such that the ministry doesn't release it to them, it's a little surprising to me, but I have to look into it. But beyond that, the issue of approvals for retention, I'm sure that we are all very much aware of the processes that the Ministry of Finance goes through during the budget approval processes to approve the allocations that are then given to ministries, departments, and agencies. And so if a case is made that the retention percentage is low, it is possible for them to review it. And so I'll look into it, and then if the management convinces me that this is something that has to be increased, then we can then make the case, obviously, if I'm giving the nod to the Ministry of Finance to look at increasing the percentage so they can retain more of the IGF to run their operations. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, when we say retain, how does it happen that you have to send it to a ministry before you go and ask for it?
Mr. Chairman, that's why I said that is surprising to me, because I have the same understanding as you have, that if the agency generates the money, then it retains the percentage that has been approved for it. But my understanding from the question was that in this case, the funds ended up in the ministry, and the ministry failed to release it to them. So I have to look into it to ascertain why it is that that situation arose in the first place. Thank you.
Well, I actually know that that's why I raise it here. We members of Parliament have approved a regulation which says retains means send it to the ministry and request for it. I don't know what it means. Huh?
No, I didn't. Peace FM.
Right, Honorable Chairman, you are 100% right. The retention should have been kept at the agency, but usually they pay it into the consolidated fund. Then now they will struggle with the Minister of Finance to get their releases. And it's pervasive. It cuts across everywhere. But my second question has to do, I'm sure the nominee would have averted his mind to the budgetary allocations for 2024. Now, you realize that we have about 5 items. And what is surprising, which was raised at the committee level, was the tourism product development. In 2023, an amount of 102 million, about that, was allocated for tourism product development. And that has to do with spreading out the products to other regions, other communities, and things like that, which is very important. And unfortunately, this year, this product development was reduced from 102 million to about 13 million, which speaks volumes. Because the implication is that you will not be able to spread and take advantage of other tourism sites that requires your attention. So if you are given the nod, with this restriction that has been given to you by the minister and by Parliament, because it has been approved by Parliament, what are you going to do to spread tourism to other regions and other constituencies that require your attention? I am saying this with special reference to the Gambaga scab. It's been hanging for a while. You know, the Nigerian wall has been hanging for a while in my constituency. You know, at the committee level, we have raised several of such.
Honorable, your commentary should wait when you get on the floor.
So, Mr. Minister, nominee, can you tell us what you are going to do to address this challenge?
Mr. Chairman, I need to look at the detailed budget that was approved for the various components that the member refers to. But looking at the budget approvals that were, or allocations that were made for the ministry over the past 4 years, I observed that year on year, their budgets are increased generally. And to my surprise, for the tourism ministry, their releases were almost equal to the allocations that were made for them on a year-by-year basis from 2021. I know that most ministries do not enjoy that kind of level of releases. And so I was pleasantly surprised that indeed the Ministry of Tourism gets all the allocations that are made for them during the year. But we'll look into it. I'm sure that there was some basis. It's entirely possible that in 2023, there were some specific projects or programs that the ministry had earmarked to embark on, for which resources were allocated for them, which is not being repeated this year. But like I said, I need to look at the detail together with the officials of the ministry to make a determination as to why, and of course, within the constraints of the approvals, see what it is that can be done to implement the programs that have been approved for the year. Thank you.
Peace FM.
Nominee, and you realize that this particular budgetary allocation, I understand that you have not looked at it, but I'm just giving you information. I have the committee report here, and I'm speaking to the figures. Now, this budgetary allocation given to you is going to give you a lot of challenges as far as maybe your personal plan and the plan of the ministry to spread tourism to the corners of our nation is concerned. You are going to have a challenge. But I want to find out, will you look at leveraging with the trade ministry to take advantage of the 1D, 1F to spread tourism product development to other communities that you would want to, but due to budgetary constraints? Will you want to look at that linkage between your ministry and the trade ministry to take advantage of 1D, 1F to spread tourism development? Thank you.
Chairman, it's not something that I've vetted my mind to. But obviously, if it's a suggestion that is coming from honorable member, it's something that I'll be happy to look into to see whether we can leverage on any relationship or collaboration with any ministry to ensure that we are able to develop our tourism to the next level. Thank you.
Peace FM.
There are many issues about the National Cathedral. I'm an architect by training. One of the issues about the cathedral was that at the time the consultant was appointed, he was not qualified to practice by himself in Ghana. You are a lawyer. I will encourage you to look into those things and see if it's possible. Be brave and launch an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the award of contract, both to the contractor and the consultant of the National Cathedral. That is just by the way. I have here a document produced by the UNDP. I can table it for Chairman to. The title is Rethinking Tourism as a Pathway for Development. It was authored in September 27th, 2022. There's an interesting rendition on page 2, and that says, tourism development to transform economies. In the first paragraph, there's a writing there that suggests that, let me read. For many, tourism still conjures pictures, for many tourists, for many, they conjure pictures of foreigners enjoying exotic destinations far removed from ordinary citizens. Local communities who are custodians of natural wealth and culture have failed to benefit from this kind of tourism. When you go, the federal says that it shows that the current tourism model is not suitable. If you read further, they are saying that we should focus on the Ghanaian experiencing the tourist attractions in their country. In fact, if you check many countries, developed countries, their domestic tourism numbers surpass the people from foreign destinations. You and I are aware that maybe, I don't know much about Western region. You probably don't know much about Volta region, though we are friends and we are in the same country. Don't you think that with COVID and everything that have taught us a lesson to try to utilize what we have, the way to grow tourism is to encourage intra-tourism, where people in Boku should be interested in finding out what is at Kakum, what people in Keta should be trying to find out what is at, what do you call it, in Kumasi, to drive the system instead of always thinking that we only do tourism when a new aircraft arrives at Kumasi, at Kutuka. Don't you think that this report is something worth looking at as the new minister?
Chairman, indeed, it is. And I'm aware that the Ministry of Tourism and the Ghana Tourism Authority itself is focusing on promoting domestic tourism. And so this month, for example, has been declared Ghana Month, where the tagline is to see Ghana, eat Ghana, wear Ghana, and feel Ghana. And so you can see that I came in here in my Ghanaian cloth. Okay,
which one is a Ghanaian cloth? The shirt you're wearing is Ghanaian cloth. The Ghanaian cloth is the one being worn by your elegant chiefs behind you. All the rest are
very well, Mr. Chairman, duly noted. And so there are tourism promotion for domestic tourism that is already ongoing. But of course, there's always room for more. And so, yes, I know that the ministry and the Ghana Tourism Authority is collaborating with City FM, for example, on the Heritage Carnival. And 180 people are touring the whole of Ghana, okay, in the month of end February through to March, ending sometime on the 10th through Takrady to Accra. But like I said, a lot more has to be done. And if you give me the nod, it will be something that I will work to deepen to ensure that many more Ghanaians explore our country to complement what it is that we get from foreign visitors. Thank you.
This dial is hot. Stay tuned.
The best radio.
News on your number one station.
It's the weekend. Let the good vibes take over. Only on your favorite station.
With your favorite station. Digital and on your smartphone. Your radio is hot.
What trying to jump on the other fucking entertainment review. And then it's over to some entertainment. I've been another entertainment review. Pressing in the bottom for to not see entertainment. Entertainment.
Akasima be do in Siana no me no abo. So entertainment reviews no asugwe na minister designate. Ora ejapa messa na ote say yes mpanyfo toto na no honum say no bra ko pie ye appointment committee nanim. Ni nyina ne se o manpanyi apaw no se sisia wono no ba be ye osoafo. Se wo mo gini tumu ba be ye osoafo a wo ba be tourism culture and creative art no so. Na honorable members of parliament na no so mu ebisa ne nsem wo honum sei no ne ya friend of vetting appointment committee no anim and okoye na wo mu bisa no nsem ministry na wo kɔ no bebi a wo ba be sisia no dean and wo ba wo be ye enyama ni bi na ewie ano ne ye ye enkomodie ni ahya ase so ye ba be bo nsem ni bi wo honum nsem ni bi a ye fi say yes enkomodie say timi di pa nti ma be si enini bi su biom e dia mamo etifo na ma ba studio no hanu sei na ya hye nkomo no ase yentie sa asem na yemra
nominee, and you realize that this particular budgetary allocation, I understand that you have not looked at it, but I'm just giving you information. I have the committee report here, and I'm speaking to the figures. Now, this budgetary allocation given to you is going to give you a lot of challenges as far as maybe your personal plan and the plan of the ministry to spread tourism to the corners of our nation is concerned. You are going to have a challenge. But I want to find out, will you look at leveraging with the trade ministry to take advantage of the 1D, 1F to spread tourism product development to other communities that you would have want to, but due to budgetary constraints? Will you want to look at that linkage between your ministry and the trade ministry to take advantage of 1D, 1F to spread tourism development? Thank you.
Chairman, it's not something that I've averted my mind to. But obviously, if it's a suggestion that is coming from honorable member, it's something that I'll be happy to look into to see whether we can leverage on any relationship or collaboration with any ministry to ensure that we are able to develop our tourism to the next level. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So budgetary allocation and come na honorable member of parliament Nasima no busa minister designate no say or share akoma bosika sisia no ye bedi no 2024 no ministry no na say sika no esakura sika ye de bona akoma no esa enti ade a obehwe se nka woni Ministry of Trade and Industry ebetimenya nsawoso bi a omedi nsawoso na 1D 1F no omoso ometimi ahwese ebetimi aboa na tourism yetimi ama yetimi atremu ni ne kaka ho studio no hanu say secret safat na say sanso na kwesi na atena se mamemra na yenhye nkomo na say sa particular issue asemi omajinche kakra wo ho yewia yakọ the next one ho yebetimi yi nsem no bi nkakra sa ne akọ enim so great. So near the kind asem a member of parliament in Busaye any anu ye nso a call ye it was saying these whole budgetary allocations say akoma bosika no for 2024 Ministry of Tourism Creative Art ni culture no esa enya ade a ebeboa menyu adwenche.
Okay, because first and foremost no mebo honorable minister designate no abaso honorable Ejapamesa mitie adena obo eni nyina na honestly answers o my no me feel say obi beka say he did justice to all the questions ni onim no o kan so onim ni onim no eno so o kan say onim the right consultations no be that is the duty of a minister, and I say the minister kwan of asudi enadwuma consultations ne advice ne support ne niema. Narrow it down to budget, Kwesi. Let me say, after COVID, and Minister of Finance, Edin Shishebi Baye, about the way ministry, and I say government budget cramp, so about the use of Pajeros, 4-wheel drives, near Inti no enya nwanwa se eba se yate ministry nso e budget so ne ko mu pa ye de so de minim, but ubisa me say I am okay with it, I am not okay with it, say ABIT ministry ni budget ne so, because we hwe dwuma e wo ho pa Kwesi, because marketing and promotion enye ade a eda form, building receptive areas, improving on some of the tourist sites, and near Mekoso, the key aspect of tourist sites, Kwesi, washrooms, tourist sites, say Obeko tourist site be na washroom, basa, more so ebia ahuhuo pa na ebaho, na ebia ebini ho, ni minim say ade ya improve on these washroom areas ne niama no bebre, but edwuma no so bebre nso wo ha e wo se ye. When you talk of marketing Ghana even outside, Kwesi, That is where Jumani yedin pa. Say mutu kwako numako market Ghana. When Timia a good impression of the country now. A man for entry, a man for ma. With this budget, you know, because me pacho say 13, you know, it is to the whole ministry, me boy.
Yeah.
Into affair na ebe narrowed down to all the agencies. A henebeko a tourism area ne krambo. No more timia the proper marketing. Into media almost the big can. Anyway, this is the first quarter budget. I think say a second quarter no, there will be some magic over there.
Okay, all right. My main see we should be before Christiana's beba. So and again, episode chiwe na ebi my baji to ebi so kita kanwa sana mako Christiana so about a year as someone member of parliament in Ibusa about the tourism product development budgetary allocation. Or see 2023 na almost 102 million Ghana cedis, but 2024 no. About 13 million Ghana cedis. Now, this tourism product development budget we say sika we no na yede ye adwuma bi yetimi de boa na yede siesie tourism areas no yede tremu ni kaka. So now first of all, let's listen to the minister, member of parliament na Yemra na Menju Adwinche.
I'm sure the nominee would have averted his mind to the budgetary allocations for 2024. Now you realize that we have about 5 items, and what is surprising, which was raised at the committee level, was the tourism product development. In 2023, an amount of 102 million, about that, was allocated for tourism product development. And that has to do with spreading out the products to other regions, other communities, and things like that, which is very important. And unfortunately, this year, this product development was reduced from 102 million to about 13 million, which speaks volumes. Because the implication is that you will not be able to spread and take advantage of other tourism sites that requires your attention. So if you are given the nod, with this restriction that has been given to you by the minister and by parliament, because it has been approved by parliament, what are you going to do to spread tourism to other regions and other constituencies that require your attention? I am saying this with special reference to the Gambaga scab. It's been hanging for a while. You know, the Nigerian wall has been hanging for a while in my constituency. You know, at the committee level, we have raised several of such.
Honorable, your commentary should wait when you get on the floor.
So, Mr. Minister, nominee, can you tell us what you are going to do to address this this challenge?
Mr. Chairman, I need to look at the detailed budget that was approved for the various components that the member refers to. But looking at the budget approvals that were, or allocations that were made for the ministry over the past 4 years, I observed that year on year, their budgets are increased generally. And to my surprise, for the tourism ministry, their releases were almost equal to the allocations that were made for them on a year-by-year basis from 2021. I know that most ministries do not enjoy that kind of level of releases. And so I was pleasantly surprised that indeed the Ministry of Tourism gets all the allocations that are made for them during the year. But we'll look into it. I'm sure that there was some basis. It's entirely possible that in 2023, there were some specific projects or programs that the ministry had earmarked to embark on, for which resources were allocated for them, which is not being repeated this year. But like I said, I need to look at the detail together with the officials of the ministry to make a determination as to why, and of course, within the constraints of the approvals, see what it is that can be done to implement the programs that have been approved for the year. Thank you.
Okay. So great. I mean, first of all, uti asembusa no a
yeah
asembusa no nyina ne se sika ye de ma say be a tourism development product na ye de boa yes e de boa na ya tre ye tourism no mu akọ ye Ghana fana bia no 2023 allocation no na 102 million Ghana cedis say na member of parliament ni chem no now 2024 no ehwan aba form abegina 13 million Ghana cedis which for me a swati pa senior kind sanity pepa that means a swati pa and ono akre bisa say onim dia na ma ebia basa no but the response I made trying about the minister no response no very interesting but maminti wa dwinche
and I make say one ohwe adwuma wo ho a 120 ni timi ye nia aka 102 ye eni adwuma aka na ohwe se yete so ba 13 and I make say esotie no mate finance minister earlier na anasi government approach about say yesika sem ehun ayedin kakra enti eniema bebre wo ha ye betete so even ministries any appointees omo transportation crampo no fuel na eniema crampo no ya tete ni nyina so enti the fact say we so eswate no there is a justification kakra but the quantum eba form no eno na me dey me feel say knowing adwuma e wo ho a ese ye no eni sika we no
no we adwuma chese bia nia onim e wo ground sisi ante adwuma ne dɔɔso ana
adwuma ne dɔɔso
okay
what am I say eni 13 million minim how they will manage it just bia Mr. Ajiman at his level no eni betimi but adwuma e wo ho no e dɔɔso ni me hwɛ nia 120 ye wahu slave wall oko nofa wall originally omo ye di twa a block for slave trade ni niam no akaka kra bi oko ha sesi a wo hwe ne etimi aye ya si how do you call it a dine idea protective wall no because the more ensu eguso ne we boss no nya na say but etimi oko ho oko asemman so baby omo ye love bath no it's a whole receptive area now first no na just plain place a ukọ hwa yes nso ni nie but say ni etimi develop enti no o hwe tourist sites na as a marketing and as a products ni nyina across the country bebrezo hwa ye hwehwe
aban me sure say one of the things e bi omo dey some home run ni say omo buy no about the tourism omo ye bi pa na esiesie ni na ka ho and o chiem a o ka say yes o hwe adwuma e wo form adwuma no dɔɔso sanitation enye won a ana de na office yes say adwuma wo ho a dɔɔso dia na aban so bi osan home run so ki work adwuma me ye ba no tourism nsahwe ministry aswe na ya teso from 102 to 13 million and again utie na me catch about minister no na no ye minister designate Japamesa asema no kan na me say we interesting say o see well o ya no kan bibi say ono de enko hwe so far no study be budgetary allocation for the past say 4 years who say Ministry of Tourism
the bia ekosoro yeah omo eyi no ekosoro.
That's why I said it was very interesting.
Bi nso a bia we de me yusu me adwun me mfa nya asem bia adwuma na ye hwe se o besi dan na o budget 10 million unim say every year no ube yusu 2 million into no first year no na amount bia 5 million na o de aye ni second year no na amount 5 million bia in the wisdom of nyame me hu se nyame ka no krampo ametimi alandi bia omo hwa ye adwuma no dodo ora nti ba bia aka no enoso nti e beti so ama bia but that may not be the issue because knowing the adwuma e wo form no edoso and the 13 million downwards in there kwesi because promotion pe enya de na wasi awie no promotion and maintenance kwesi enya easy ne ton no se obeton ama obi akoho kwesi nanse ya abitifi mi amikrom cave ayi bi e wo ho stone age cave bi e wo ho unim say eye site bi amanfo ye ntimi nton ni yi but see Yesu Christo Israel time no na about 2000 years ago na research actually say enema wo ho na nipa wo ho 12,800 years ago na nipa wo abitifin ye mo hu da ro chese enema o mu ja wo ho ne
chese ye nim amanfo ni mesanse ye mo hu da ro
ye mo hu da ro
ni na esika
won ni nyina ye sika but ye ntimi mbo hu da ro amanfo obekọ ho ni agigi sika no back enti no adwuma wo ho no kwesi edoso but bia ahokyere na abanti na ama ya tete so a minim at the right time no yenya the experts na omo that area na no more abecheche I will not sit here ni ma ye hu se minim but ni minim ne se adwuma wo from doso eni mi hu se ya ye bebre nso but ni aka no nso doso papa
Christians mami ma o emrem na menyo adwenche assembly say come minister designate ne say budgetary allocation for the ministry no mfi say enya ade akoma bosika no eso ani adwuma bi afan e tourism creative art and culture na James yes e ho be chie ntina minister no cross susu say okay be ya sorry the MP no susu say be ya say ministry no be say obe take advantage of even 1D1 FBA leveraging on some of the things ebetimi abo ministry no na wo mi say as budgetary allocation sha nyoma bi wo anka bia wo de ho bo trade ministry ni ade no so betimi abo na atimi aso asen kakra. Then again question on tourism product development from 102 million Ghana cedis to now 13 million Ghana cedis. Sankomo still on budgetary allocation. Sika e no. Well, minister designating sube mu ya no. I see one there. Be 4 years you study allocation no. Scanner akoma bo scanner ministry no dia. Office yes nka enya bad because I say fibia costro wadwenche
MP no obi say the question no or twiba the whole
also yes yes I see I mean nyama bi wo ni constituency mu a say office ni nyina tourist I mean attraction and can see to me just as you were talking about abetifi ni e ka ho. Yes, and I'm sure we all nyina betimi abobobo some of these sites and areas if you say senka ye ni ko ho betimi aboa na instruction no etimi akos kwesi mamitio
yeah kwesi bibi kakra che madwen kakra
mintio
na my first question na me pese me bisa ho adwen kire kakra nse ministry no say ohwe na kwabanya the stretch na it means that it's ministry creative arts so can homeboa
sure
good but ohwe enkomodi na a course ni na it's much centered on tourism
beba ho kwesi beba ho no say
me try kakra
beba ho because now can be so focus on this particular one
na kwesi say budget na edema minister no edema ministry no say we equating into dollar cra as at now by 13.4 na edema no na say o the buy dollar currency ni mu na obono exchange rate of 13.4 as at the dollar rate $1 million and edema ministry no that's for the whole
that's just the allocation for near 30 million Ghana cedis for the tourism product development. Yeah, they spread the tourism. Yeah,
good,
but not the entire allocation.
Because for the past years, you know, but when you say president in the Euro and another Danko Kufado, why are very particular about tourism? I said, BB Koswo, and the old man is very much excited about Enyoma Air Koswo. Until now, the State of the Nation's addresser. President Command Ewo Parliament. We indicate here the successor the last year December in GH. Enipa dodoa kwesi wanomokra eba Ghana and through tourism development and nyama omu ye any nipa eba Ghana. In fact, he indicated kwa say nipa eba Ghana no were almost about close to over 300,000, close to 300,000 people. And a bag Ghana, a bag sachet, even with the December in Ghana, sa products no crana ministry no undertake here no. Inti, the president was very excited about it. Inti, na kakra. Say, with all this success, our ministry, I choco over the last years. And we share Ghana for the last year, tourism play a very critical role in the development of Ghana, especially even our image as Ghana, outside. Amanoni, we share input a partner, Euros Ghana make say, you bet ma sell Ghana di. Why no ma yaye. Nti na kakra say, with such growing development at the ministry, any impact tourism ministry make in the advancement of building brand Ghana name across the world. Yeah, Burj Khalifa, red Ghana flag, yeah, decoratino, yeah, yenoma advertise, yeah, CNN, and all these things. Na kakra say, with all this achievement, yet we're able to reduce the budget from that amount to 13. In fact, we say we are ratio now. It's almost much more or less like the budget is cut about 85%. Because 10 something to 13, because it's about almost about 75%. And you slash the budget down. It maybe say finance committee now a share ministry in the budget team. Now almost share almost various key points, expenditure notes are my year for the year, first quarter of the year. Now omutumi share on your ministry ne person omuye ina. No omutumi decide to say with all this success our tourism are making, with all these inroads our tourism are making. Now yentumi share omo anima na yemom yenti omo budget no so from down near mom 30 million Ghana. I think that the committee has not been fair to the ministry. And important say you be kano krano you be share say the assignment to the face value of the issue because it's much more or less like say a chichiri ministry inside of Gomochi, because with the money that is given there's no way so to me further development with tourism activities in the country. All these 16 regions say one more smart scouting cry to go through to say they are so great more kind. Yes, smart scouting, akko, abetifi areas cry by a tourism areas cry yen developer yeah. And question so when you request Makasa home. So or catch the number of discoveries, tourism site one more discover, one more per funding, and they developer na the year question be one. So when you question Makasa pa no chrew and nyama pa omo technical team 1 ministry honum GTA inroads chese nwura ma omo ne mu the discover new chese enuma hihye haban mu any within the regions of Ghana one more person mu develop kwesi ba ku bi wo still jam to dey bia na me no kasa me boss manya kroboha. There's one particular mountain be almost say Mount Yogaga mountain. It is one of the tallest mountain as I'm talking to you now, at least currently in Ghana. Which was discovered by the Ghana Navy. Now, kwesi from a fin down, a copy me the top, no, it will take you almost about 3 hours for you to climb to the top. Manya kroboha. These are all enyoma. Ministry no. Into kwesi be say $1 million, 13.4 million Ghana. You better near decide sika way, they develop products. So I think that Utie Minister Nankasana the response of the buyer now. He was overwhelmed. Just a shoko no kakra with the amount available. Going through say before no pekwa before abeko vet no. Say we go check ministry no track record in terms of receivables. Sika bana diade. No check here no to be sure say before ko abeko vet no nankasa no aboto dada. Because Ohe months ya kwesi aka onanim with almost about 7 to 8 months in office to finish this last term. Now Ohe sika e dey amana year. It's like I said opposite nipa no fail because he will go to the office and there's virtually nothing obey me and make with such money available. So question me, I think say they should work on supplementary budget and forward it for further support. And yes, idea it will be a white horse.
Still on the appointment committee in somewhere we will be minister designate. The question when you remember, I mean, you might check a
May I ask, how are you going to use your experiences to promote the creative industry in our country, to reduce the number of legal battles and others that they go through? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Of course, as a trained lawyer, I believe that one of the skills that I have is to help in dispute resolution. And so if there are disputes within the sector, especially in the creative art space, then I'm sure that my 20 years experience at the bar will come in handy to help me resolve some of those issues amicably. Thank you.
Okay. So as in Bisani Nina say Matthew Macau legal battles are a course over the creative ministry no more and our sector no more then and as AB or no the background between I know the beboa or no so achirichiri mu yes because oyem renim ni no and the idea we see about alternative dispute resolution, you know, officials between aboa no teach you a father the creative art space home saying say be a Matthew Macau be course no year obetime use no the aboa kwesi minister say infuse. I'm sure say yes here na YouTube yes there are some battles. I mean some legal tussles be near the I mean I course as we speak.
Honorable na me person ka honorable oni attorney general odame na ka person oni do commands where is our question no because say I'm say Mr. Odame ka do all this paper about we are not solving creative issues again. Why fed up? The issues are I appreciate say or lawyer ni.
Yeah.
Na or take copyright in some any issues are because come here as a down until we can say all the agencies that work creative artists in now largely all of them are in courts. I think that so far musica ne 5-pack and one more to me I penetrate through hard way.
5-pack dey no krambo enye
na say e bi kwa de no edu ba bi no panin for say okay order allow and now musical to me successfully and no kra no me no ka say kra no another body so sorry so almost at omo union from a spearheaded by the former general secretary of the union or film no ono akote ono anu so union. So I think that I appreciate the thoughts on this particular the answer of the man. A very political statement, no make here. Careful one, because issues no. Some are based on education, some are based on the constitution, some are based on finances, some are based on just a munyai. And the funny part a woman may say. Government through an initiative opposition we created from the Attorney General office a creative corporate office headed by the corporate administrator who is also a lawyer nka and it so ho say nka obe use in a portfolio nanka all their handle sa when unions we mu na ne omu nsensem no we put them together nanka we make sure say but issues no ebuafa a ministry no a corporate office on issues na war agencies no a boa for so and as say I trespass straight to Attorney General office enti na den okreku mantenye deputy and I'm sure say the minister no say nyame ado no better officer he will get a full briefing from his deputy about effort woman making in resolving some of these key battle issues in the agencies. Now, your money briefing now, want to be who says sana issue no answer the man no just bigger than what the answer that he provided on at the vetting. The issue is bigger.
I see.
Than what the minister gave, and I'm sure, sir, with a full proper briefing by his deputy, he will now come to appreciate the humongous nature of the matter and to see what he can do with his legal skills.
Secretary, I mean to you, assembly say ni anu year koye.
Obebre sa side no obebre papa minim kwan obefa so a obetimi asolve problem na wo ho no sa problem no so no eye ade a kwesi enye
timi so wo send your case bia ne background as a lawyer alternative dispute resolution we share
attorney general
ya office unim how many meetings are last one asok there last one they copy ho kwesi minister we nko ade obebre
muni jide wo
David
ontumi
kwesi ye problem no
obia ne skills o
kwesi skills kwesi me say
so betu abasa ade bia ho no a e bia minu na ye onimdie wo but how I be handle e bia nya sa na me handle no e bia obenya wo abutre bia minni and e bia me obi bia wunni in terms of handling it
because we the more awunya abutre no won
yeah
the more I don't know escalate because near
no me ka abutre okay o de me fan say bia kwan abefa so a wo de be siesie asem no
ye misa kwesi say no kwan be no feel say case no nim bebre say na tie nia wonim kakra wo de yemfa ne gamro die no kwan fa no be fa so a wo be solve wo de yemfa ne sa
enya say me nya minister no
ba wo ye minister
me nya minister no
ba wo de yemfa ne make an attempt say wo person oboa no make an attempt I say wo person oboa
nia me kire ne say
kwesi me nko me kire bia kire nia wo be ye
nia me betimi a kire say wo bisa na me say nia me kire ne say kwanya me fee say nipa bia ne suni ne ban ne ha o handle issues so kwan bia fine ade bia me hu how a me fa so a mesiesie no e bia wo so kwan a wo fa so a mesiesie no enti me nu mienu na betimi akọ e bia sa ade we enim e bia me nya resource e bia betimi nya resource e betimi akọ be ade bia enim e bia me nya resource e bia wo nya resource so that's what I'm saying the fact say bia attorney general na mu fi so okay well copyright office ni share na se no na mu ntimi nsiesie asem no oh so the American say
and you person attorney general for ma ba nyina from but mold ne obia chese obia
kwesi ya asem wa chiri ma we ya bre
me bre I mean I'm just letting you see me me mountain me mama who the other alternative but the way abu bi enu mutina hanu si my right at the end of so continue continue siesie no and everyone no
ba ku be okreku man try so be so no nipa na issue ne fa no ho no okreku man te no ka kire ne say so obema na transport there obeba for the meeting ono na eja to the fie na no
because go who say no yes of wa no
so okreku man te be man transport there ne allowance there
what if say case ni bi o ha nia o hwa obedi bim no kra po hu say odibim na kra po a no
o see e man transport any allowance meeting na oba no allowance ni transport from me
asemi wa
e for me nya mia o se mo hu msuba mo de ti ha
se these
are people omo industry mo hu se de o musika o ma se
ma me nchiro ba ko opani bi frame me se me solve asemi me ye ya unim first no omo ne side ne da for mo ye ya ne the other side ni committee mistake bi na kakakra me awi o the other side ni committee mistake bi have me from almost say there wo de ye nko wi asem no
but honestly speaking unim say last week na me ne industry penny ba ko din kom one of frame no so team kan cho so obi say anti din komo na o say sa gamro asem yi
hey generational curse
I see and I say I see o muntimi see o my na okan no be so dey ade no so erection man say
obe inherit
there be eyes of see obi antimi rex o nyina muntimi want to be Rex. And I'm say, I said, I'm kind new. It's okay. Rex, so I'm so NDC new. MPP no power. Me can't say I'm a catcher papa now.
Yes, I'm for politics.
There be oh. See, I say na make now. So mommy we there. One here Benjamin. And I'm say okay. So more NDC ni. MPP for no power. Moon to me so we got more issues. NDC bad power. And then Muslim to me more rest of man champs so dia. Ne. NDC bad power. Who make me about ni champs so.
There be na ono na say omo to me almost no.
Me see, Papa we can omo other side no ma jejire mu. What are you talking about?
Because who him say?
See, omo no ma yes some be two Rex o ma. And omo say still ade no ya je online still omo say Rex na ye bibia. And no catch him say 5-6 year there. Omo for my pa ba omo bre. And I'm say oh, you want me dia. And he say David dey behind this back power there and say no because
because I don't know to say obi or freedom fighter. Na oh they said they are okay. They said we need gamo issues. Na we they find that na we mean aban so mean sense na so say there. Yanto ma kwesi abaji. Na kwesi nko. Kwesi ko ye no pepepe. On so obi ebe yi kwesi abaji mom. Edi like people get baffled. Edu baby you get baffled. This is the way.
But you can be the association, but this is serious. And for me, I am a rehuga krase mumi enu na so great mumi enu na tio say minister won't mean yet.
Yes, because he nim.
Oh, won't mean yes.
We are part of the problem. Yeah, yet he has say no. We are.
So you should forget it.
Oh,
so kwesi wo check here.
This case no ni obe win ni crampo na be kwa against no. So we near. Nia nia ono pe no nya
eti dey na mo pe. What is it dey?
So kwesi your person government now.
Mami nka se mo me say wa kofa copyright book na ba beto ho ye be discuss kwesi wo humra we ye kokofo di aye ko pass no honorable betimo da bia me bo na ba so o use strategy e no me etimi di pass mra we me na me raise the last concern about the name bi wo mu.
The Copyright Act.
Yes. Me can ni nyina me the points ni nyina to ho no. And honorable say asem na ma raise no. Se ka se ye komu a.
Mum pass ade we.
Yem pass ade.
Emra na entimi.
Yentimi into osreme. I should withdraw it. And no free ye nyina ba abontin. Yen players no. And no san be explain ma yen. Parliament e be rise. We push ya se yemfa we mra na yentimi pass ma yen. Ono opeso pass my yen because we nim ye bre nia ne ye hia first nia kan say self government nia me kai sa asem we nia ye hia se ye benya ye own collecting societies na no na ne ye fight pa se ye be free corporate office na se enti no once ayetimi pass it sa e ho na wie no nia ka wa kire nyina ye nya because na e Friday ye pon a
there was a Friday
ye pon a ye mabiem ni chese omo ba parliament the following week no normal be omo be pass into your sre me ntwa so me call withdraw and you pass here there are problems affecting ene
so emrani here amendment in Sakrai
bebre minim say oba be discuss royalties check it between what's the difference between royalties and levy check it brother so be who difference wo mo na
o say levy no here the a tour now omo de toto omo de man
levy is residuals collected for your friend is saying compensate the your friend is saying the
for
owner
using the product
for loss of revenue on the market and into the levy no what do you say royalty no residual benefits. How do you share it? There are two different your friend is saying. The sharing, no, you can't use the same yardstick to share.
But no any problem.
A problem.
Is that the anonymous how I worry?
There. Oh, me can't me ma 1 point be.
But see ano, nimbisa. Sa de amunya kukudura moti radio so amokan say minister no onya ni oka no. Wono no owura ho no say. Owura ho no say amama ko so minim so man panyin dada kufo no kan sa asem no am say wo de wo nya be the president na Ebem say one penyi mahama so eka bi. Aha. Enti unye nwura honum say enti e bia we no me fan say to be no ye. E na me busa mo say. Enti there any problem no. There what really has to happen a bit me
problem number 1 me hu here ego. Problem number 1 ego.
So
ego no na chese there say ahomaso bi na dwa na say there
ahomaso ni dwa bi wo yemu. Every creative person of course say he or she is the best. And no yet the underlying factor. Because in some bebre o ha otimi hu say we obetimi agemu. Me kai Rex by Hansi. Ye din komo amesihwe ne din me say Rex asemu pa de wo BBD wo adwuma bi ye. Sa de we agemu. Me ne dina ha gate ya no. Ye kan ya
but me feel say it goes beyond Saturday okay because and the structures
underlining factors and bibia ba.
No, but it's not the structures. Near man no say near say channel. And ya no to
find ya shisha bibia de da.
Abanya na what here who can about even levy royalties in kwan fight. That's the thing she say. That's the structures. Anna, what does this one got to do with ego?
No, there are other factors.
Okay, so kwase ayi me no e be rule out as a minister no. On to me solve a problem.
Oh, dear Murula. And the one can say, who's having someone
that means someone.
We are not streaming.
But me just say,
oh, say someone.
Men, they are making
say, oh, say someone.
But they are making say, if you're no young Rema,
who rule out to soon to me.
If you're no young Rema, a difficult so be how many bedrooms are of you. It's me, Minya, and minister no, so by officer, then he could have a proper briefing from his deputy. Because Yamin Chadia. The deputy one of us. What I say, the deputy one of us.
Yeah.
Now for the last 3 years, you the honorable Mark at trial office. The deputy no. Issues here you hand discussing.
Yeah.
Have been one of the major issues on his desk to now. All tries to unify all the agencies that creative artists here. Our more issues, legal ones. Wa force say ibi mo ha omo draw call a case no and there's instances before my eyes attorney general nanka say ye committee or that means sorry say before e betum solve asem no mo the case no call court no mo draw more draw then we will come back here and then look for resolution because ono a lawyer I say asem wo court ono attorney general asem wo court ontimi in fact dispute resolution ma wabra then work courts pray into the best way in say way and these are numerous countless issues the deputy Marco Krikumante one of the effort or no being a creative person or try say obey you so the experience friendship what with some of us e bi o ha onimi obi on na for yen ofre edu anajo anu afre kwasi when munye ni say or try yourself obey using the personal experience and in the friendship to resolve some of these matters from getting out of hands.
Okay.
What try for almost 3 years now. Okay. The matter is still a Anna, you the new minister aba. Minister no over 7 months or 8 months in office. Now me share I do be the 3 years I still on your solution. I'm wondering how what somebody can use 8 months to do.
Yo.
Pending other issues. Yo. Intina make us say difficult for honorable to make any positive new inroads with this question here bisani because honorable Mark I try for 3 years need to resolve. And what can you use 8 months to do?
Yeah, me kind of say yeah.
Obi si me misa asem or a politician.
Okay.
Or a politician.
Osi busa asem.
Osi me misa say.
Busa me.
Na
ntimi na me problem ana.
Osi me misa asem na ye kan nti wonti ase ana.
Anya menti ase ne hia o. Anya menti ase o.
Ba oti ase.
Me say nya menti ase ne hia.
Ba oti ase ana.
Menti ase say.
Nya ye mienu ye ka say. Ye ontimi.
Eno no o kan sa dia menti ase.
Send ye kan obeti ase.
Me nyintum so. Me nka say on me writing off sir.
Okay.
media mean yin pa hwi sa
but kwese ba nye wona last nansen wo ba bi ka say
Gambra
sem de wo ka bi ukra wapa ba so ukra wo so wapa
waka bi
you see tie oh asem ya okay obi tie radio sisi a no obi fi say nya kan nya me tie a me kan ni na the same thing eh amamo yes
what's the difference
tie mpacho openi na ya paw no me kwesi abaje me emfa me as minister
okay
se me ni afa minister designate and na me ka say na kwesi na so to ama me a ayemia no what is say honorable Japan say ogina bebi ka say ono no gamra asem kra won ka biom kra abre what is you kan bibi sa this is honorable Japan say no say ono no as the background legal na wahua alternative dispute resolution office betimi aboa no masane ma wetimi aso ano ena me ka say me de me nyini pa ahwi me ka say and
one day I kwesi abaje friend
oh don't make this thing about why are you making this thing about me it is not about me
yeah it's not about you
but you're not discussing the issue well
it's not about you me more some of the challenges
forget about what I've called you to say and we are different
he's trying to
a friend will not say
you people are not having the discussion
me I don't want to deal with them again. Not the almost call World Bank meeting B. When you oh, because who are you today? Of course,
any per 5 any per 5
any per
5 would you get it fat deal
this is nonsense
any more
it's not nonsense
any per 5
this is what you are doing what does this World Bank thing got to do with no, you see, politician no tell no see bisa me question no. Ono kra no you mo I don't know why people are sitting here you are doing this thing and it's not about me. You're discussing.
And I'm saying that the problem na wo no it's not about you. Yeah, come about problem na wo no. See nyina eti ase there is problem with the people. Yeah, your woman no. Afa die ye beti ase.
Okay. So let's take it look, Omanpeyin Nanado dan kakra no I mean so then move say nti Nanado move say Nanado say uso papa pay 8 months so be there
so kwase
we are talking about this particular problem and tokwa ni court niema e ye sector no
and papa no so be
about
the background e betimi aboa no wetimi asolve ade
and ye can say forgetting about solving the problems a bit distracting no because we're spending all his time solving this problem
it's part of the mandate obey na sanya ma we nyina etimi
kwase the ntia me appreciate consent kwase the ntia me appreciate
you people are making the thing about me we dey yankweni
kwase the ntia me appreciate o consent any baby a wo fi ba no say minister no their realization our who
fact you are so
well difficult when to me because me creative art a kind of ministry so when to me and try and resolve some of these impasses that were around now a very difficult am I to me making any success with the creative art as what tourism is making we hear success tourism art tourism is making now it's left with creative art to complement so almost be to me make it a big success no said the bayer ministry be to me now I appreciate the minister no our concern me appreciate our concern into the answer of the man no he is right on say obey use ni legal experience to try and but however
me that's question because the other
question 1 minute however no sector no we are dealing with almost about 2 different people. What I say, we are dealing with people. Fashami kakra radio so we are dealing with people who are a bit school very literate people. Creative arts. Ana yewo womo susu woman could be cry.
But
that matter no. So we have to.
There be unko school I know what you in.
There be me. I'm not making say.
And it's a fact.
And but my friend one. Obi anjuma na nso bone secret. Mami wiem. It make us say. So we have 2 different kinds of people within our sector. And Nipa 2 year. Nipa 2 year may describe no. They have their sense of some sense of pride and sense of a year. Areas within all this.
Okay.
Enti important say one of the year minister no me my advice kakra me dey ma betumi aboa in resolving some of this is that I think say for me where I sit, one, education, training, and manpower development within the key members of the creative art, no, are very key, and a BBS say done the table so.
Okay.
Because once you're able to train the people for them to come and appreciate good governance, once you're able to train for the people to come and appreciate good governance, for somebody to know, say, me, you found me 4 years as Gamro board chairman. Time was me 4 years next one. I must exit and allow democracy to allow. Say the baby to me electing.
Honorable Makokreku maintain the back and say, Obi say ye fana, Obi probe. And I say, look at this man. He can't read the association. He's going to probe. What the heck?
Me da say. Ya ebo I say.
Dr. Questionist. Any Socrates question me bana meeting no mo ka say ejapa on to me here.
Once almost some man.
Ntokwa na ye kun ho asem ne ye ka no e no se obe use
court cases
na wo ho no eno ne ye ka no so ntimi nya hwe wo ho
because I was 7 months na court because so mo ajo no 2 times kwa na ne tema so
Style is hot. Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News on your #1 station.
Peace FM.
Okay, I mean senior mon fan jam senior community aye no appointment committee no komo wo mu pa na nka yesi ebebo bia ka ho but senior mpanifo na wie omo ye media etiefo semo amehu enti me hwese bia timi abo bia be ye kakra bia ka ho a ye mo kakra bi nka ho enti me hwemo a mum yentie we yentie be kakra bi nka ho yentie asembisa ni bi bra honorable Mesa copy appointment committee name.
Quickly to your news sector. Scores of tourists have expressed concern over the poor condition of most of our beaches in the country. As often they are confronted with heaps of rubbish washed ashore most of the time. The tourists, and I'm quoting the Ghana News Agency, during the tour of some of the beaches, including Labadi, Sakumono and others, that these beaches need cleaning, and they call the Ghana Tourist Board, authority actually, to do more to clean our beaches, because that really will help promote tourism. Can you tell us if that is a concern and what steps you are going to take?
Chairman, obviously it's a concern, and my understanding is that there's been some, especially with the Labadi and some other communities, some raging dispute between some youth groups and the operators of the beach from the government of Ghana side. And so the revenues that they generate from there is not channeled through the right channels to ensure that some are used to clean these beaches. But I'm told that there's been some resolution in sight, and I would pursue it to ensure that that is concluded, so that the requisite investment that then goes into cleaning the beaches are made available to ensure our beaches are clean. Thank you.
All right, so tourist sites any kwanya ye faso ye ni ne ka ho honorable Japan Mesa na or appointment committee ni mu a wo yi nsem no ya ma me sha se few so ni asembisa e ko yi any anu yi odima mintiu
Because see me there, me funny in general, not specifics. Me no me share a year vetting way, no me assessments, and I me.
And you know na me busa. Nti me busa on your bush is here no. Now we are about general assessment no so. Nti say Why do you so dear? I'm so creative. Okay, so good, Mammy too.
Kwesi, me kai say Mr. Ajimai, what can't be bree say many a times there are bisa questions be a tuma the tourism sector no.
Yeah.
About areas be. But anything na tourism sector no hwe so. Tourism sector no crampo person omukoye bibi o ho a omuko bisa permission from other.
Me kai say I think it's Honorable Catherine Afeku.
Yeah.
Interview in the year or Hanum.
Yeah.
And there was this issue about you some of this, especially those days I think it's Kintampo waterfalls. Near the if you say but and no chim say these things tourist attracts attractions. But different ministries and agencies are ministry no cry.
Exactly. Into who koye bibi o hokra mpo a who hia permission.
Sure.
Say enura ya tugu ye friend say mu mpo ano no. Bebre no enya mpo ano na ye generate sa enura no. Enti si ye call bisa sanitation. Omo na yesi sa subo we ekobom because enura no ye two free areas nyina na kwa kogu beach ho.
Okay.
Enti no sa question we die me feel say sanitation for na yesi ye call on attention to because beach one ye generate enura no bebre sa wo ho. Enti no de was say ye de ko ho. Ebi kwa bo ho a omo generate
me musa o me kai say secret me no na why be this an common cry. And that day I don't know whether Ura Kwesiajima now be sacra there was this intervention because Ura be koye video bia.
Yeah,
one beach. Of the beaches. Meaning say whether was La Boma na baby wakwakoye I mean Ura ni ade.
Yeah.
And so ekoba ebi pie tourism.
Yeah.
Even though yes, yena me no ebi technically better as here. So there na even cross on mine. So
okay. Cause sa problem we no. Ma menka nobody to say me defend it. And yet the whole world problem o. Enya Ghana pe. Beaches, waste a couple more eba no. If a documentary be in one of America be class so now afi bets and omo wo beaches no. Omo because omo me your friend is saying no. Yes. Ne omo no hwe enwura ni pa abeboa ho because ade ni nyina couple ni mu a omo timi boabo oma no ne po no ayi oma ba epo ni nature no etwe ne makọ na yi aba enti no baabi ebekwa kogu no ho na be ye issue enti enye Ghana pe any sa problem ni wo beach cleaning is a big global issue on environment.
Clap for yourself enti if you want my enfani ebeko bi
but just say
clap for yourself na ko enim.
Yeah. Enti no the challenge in here
I'm say clap for yourself no.
Ade.
Enti omo the whole world problem enti
no challenge no.
Okay.
Ye fa na e wose ye hwe sene amama bi nso no omo timi a handle no. Ya adapt strategy ni bi. Because when timi an stop enyura na se ebeba. And na again no ye hwe Accra ye betimi stop wa Accra o but ebi be free Axim na yi na ba begu hanzen.
Okay.
But me hwe Accra there na we have about 5 lagoons a couple ni mu direct.
Okay.
Me hwe say yentimi creative fence bia ewo ho enti nsuo ne to na ede niam na ekọ a ekọ no yu enti nka yetimi creative fence bia ebe CV waste na nka ebeboa ohwe kokole na no eye kokomba market ho na years ago na between Galloway hono any beach no ma ye nsensan bi ewo got
etimi stop okay na ebe
CV so na nsuo no na aba besen but say no the volume of waste eba no enye yi sometimes no waste ni krampo timi choke wo hwa na mansuo no afedi nsuo no afaso na apaya fa krom.
Wow.
Yes, into these are some of the challenges. Nya challenge betimi anka say ye kwa kosisa we no wompo na no. No nim what is so funny.
David.
Almost is answer sometimes no money baby the ko. No more to form.
No more they are sure.
No more they are sure.
Insurance and to na be fa.
Na be. Omo ye wala body beach de bia. omu boys now omu clean beach no omu tutu forma no mapra no de egu ba kun ne ahata so nti ube ba no ho clean but asie no nti no epo no ba betwin anwane kwa na san yi na ba. It's a challenger e wasi yetimi tena ase hwe. What is funny about it is say once I waste no e yade ba kun so a another sector of the industry so ehia sa waste no. Yes omu hia enti no mechanism ben ye use so e betimi di aboabo ane omo because omu nya omu peni bebre me kai say agency be free Norway aba when I was at the commission me nigga ba ko cash from Nima ye di animu omu kohwe omu say no we need more than what you have here enti ni se benya bebre krampo a because they want to burn it enti omu pe bebre ya ne nka ye nya mechanism e di beboabo ane omo man ka omu stay here but omu hwe ye na no na the kind of waste I was hansi, you know. Now, when you say Germany folk of waste from Holland to go and they buy just say sika that waste no sika, but interesting. You know that is one aspect in so I see a show here.
Okay, question is into microphone.
I see. Me are so happy about maybe I'm offer so kids are picking common free. Now, because it's a beach problem we no. I think say communities no or more stake to play in resolving this matter. Because me who nipa me no with my little experience kakra ye juma ye twa video ye ko beaches na da kakra anti ye nya opportunity ananti beaches kakra na da didn't because me one on one we practice physical me the mani hu. Because me no kasa say ofa kokrobite side ho ina kopim beach ne wo ho ni na na kwesi come here I said now as I'm talking to you now it's almost becoming said they are all privately owned kwesi beaches ni na no is all privately owned emrantie ejina ho a wo mo gigi sika free prospective people are eba resort people amount for eba beach abejo won you know wo mo gigi sika efri om ho and then at the end of the day sika no mo gino they put it in their pocket without employing people within their community to at least to clean the beaches and then they put it in their pocket and then now we are say yeah say aban and some for sika nko apple nko a beach. Because apart from that, many can say there are hotels are springing out from Kokrobita to Labadi, to Labadi Beach, trade fair where the Coco Beach, Teshinungwa. Many can say there are hotels are springing up across all these areas, forts. Now, one more I build on hotels. Now, woman I make ownership as like beach no kra no omodia as part of the hotel as part of hotel no beaches no say no omodia ordinarily untumi mbonko wura honom without getting clearance from the hotel management from the resorts because it me be say government in this situation na no government by then will take ownership of going to clean those beaches. When these hotels are making commercial inroads from Nipa, echo these areas, no, go to the night, Edwana Jua. Because one of these days, me who dem answer unkokrum and no happen emia. Anka one of these days, no, Anka message anka to car. Nako through ko Labadi Beach. From Labadi Beach, no, ko Lapam. From Lapam no now call the tortoise no now go and see the commercial effect night beach effect these are privately owned people who are making millions of money into their pocket and then you pay say aban enko no go.
But is it a fact say yes some of these places okay say is it really true say omun cleaning home say because
I think say womu they do clean. But
especially private resorts,
they do clean. But the thing say, beach in Ura neba no, a recurrent day Ura. A recurrent and now but make cleaning the whole Abadi beach. Ochana power over there besoreno. Epono at the fufro in Rua for day at the Aba.
But on says
what it is, there should be one community partnership with maybe Zoom Lion to employ more people to take hostage of some of these places and then work. Because a regular thing, and on PBS cleaning, the next morning at the before probably I say cleaning. Then two, most of these hotels now, one more are taking most of these beaches as their way from our copy of upon. Since comfort there, I buy new power. I buy comfort hotels, resorts, ever ponano, no mafa beach.
Which is good.
Which is good, exactly, no problem. Right. But we'll see if it's good. What measures and a sound for measures ben or there two between or Zoom line to say they're working. Say in Ura air commercial thing. Because see, this Zoom line or the policy by say and Quafonsa a pure water bags. What's inside the bar near way near Pure Cano? Quasi and net check it. Pure water field in Accra. Aquafom. Check it. Say Quafon pure water bag on Niurano. A Quafon pure water bags on because would do quite who are no Zoom line near Triaka. A Juman Quafos ye. So who can say who can hear documentary and this is what it is. Bola yeto. Then it means that what the ministry as minister Betmaya Penn say, he should have meetings with all these resort owners in now. Come with up with the measure. Maybe we can help train some of these workers, in partner with Zoom Lion. Then we can take over the beaches and work.
I think
it won't work.
Why would it work?
Baby, because baby, I can almost see in Sudan.
Community
Masa, bra palomechi ho won got a bit of
yeah. Nima
when pa egum ho no. Entino sanitation ministry no and they say sisa enura no wo first because nye go ho nso to sesi a e be pie ni nyina
the sanitation ministry no odo dredge no omo to me dredge here
and that is where the problem is ni hotel wo we no masa o ka so nya da bia bi beba because baby e free no yen claim free ho ye nka ye clear free palomechi wo say na America no na
sanitation minister ni one oba ya man budget.
But I think it's a problem nankasa no estem a problem I as a crew because although say you can beach you crampo it's not just that even when I'm main road to cry so ube who say regu and regu bola
paloma dey it is attraction
what you say empty a problem I as on mine but then they are all come about private beach and the mommy no beg you to differ and say I feel say private beach for the moment they clean their beaches more.
But more,
but not on regular basis.
Oh,
I don't think so because
not on regular basis.
Because regularly.
Yeah, because because these resorts, mind you, they are not cheap.
Yeah.
And it's a sika bebre say meba resorts na meba na efi you know that you are losing business. And for me, and I think the private owned resorts and as a beachfront, they actually keep their places very clean. As compared to a any private owned.
Okay. No doubt about that.
Okay. All right. Me da sequence. Me da say ya me jina so biom because ye we and some do so but and come on yentimi ni nyina enti ye di bi na ye di bi nso be hye kire ebrepam na say sign by yetimi ato so but you wanted to give a general comment about the entire vetting kwanya course so bra na honorable Mesa copy the appointment committee nim then we also look at in Sembisana course no kwakwa so almost about 99% of seminar course in Nigeria tourism so I may be crack I say aha see a kind idea de bia ye any tourism ministry so agina homa be kwakwa te se bia nkrabata be se mensa asekra culture creative arts na de wem enso de bia tourism hunsem kwa enti be yakra ye nchichem ye ndi kopo no so ma be ka ma mentie wo general comment
okay me general comment bra kwesi e wo sa when me assessment and me categorizing it into number 1
okay
the committee vetting in related to quality of questions related to creative arts
number 2
number 2
sembisa no mbisa no de anso wani
number 2
sembisa na anso wani
And so many.
Brofuna kind of no debate.
Into the committee, no vetting committee, no the quality of questions.
The appointment committee.
Appointment committee, the quality of questions related to creative arts. One. And two, the quality of answers given by the minister designate related to creative arts.
Okay.
Sana by Mimi assessment as Buano. There was no in all the questioning. There was nothing substantial on creative arts. And that's very disappointing, in my humble opinion. Because Mimi nobody asked questions related to even MPP manifesto on creative arts. Promises are you making for creative arts sector. No. Obia embusa question on that. I.e. digital platforms, creative arts funding, recording studios, theater. Nobody asked any question about it. Me asama de biya me hammer on the neglect, and it's not just even on the ruling party side alone, even minority no crown, because one would expect say minority no crown work committee no so no would even ask questions to quote unquote say this called political point to crown obia and to me busa specific questions what manifesto my promises are you making related to creative art you bet to me busa minister moka some be say then no obia busa and very disappointing to me. Not just say as a sector no yen shed on fire ni enko yen part no, it's all about tourism and culture and all that, which is also good. But yes, yeah, the ene here. Ushe a appointment committee where questions on Mubusa. I was honestly disappointed, in my humble opinion.
Okay.
Na and so many cry. And it's very difficult say, brakwesi. Obe assessing minister no. Ejuma obe to me for the creative sector based on questions ayebusani. A bit difficult because the point of it all is for him to tell us what he's coming to do. And it is when busana question no about that particular sector now. Obe de ama you anu ye ama yen ya form ye shape of thinking say okay a Japan mesaba obe say ama creative art. No, you didn't even ask him about it. So it will be very difficult to assess him what he can do for the creative arts industry based on this line of questioning.
Christianes, I mean, Tiewe, and also general thoughts.
I see. The Oko Creative Arts Ministerial. Omo body no omo shisha no. Agencies are a was here no. Your creative art industry. And so eka a juma sector no. Eka a juma mo yo.
Ministry no.
Eka omo juma. But come here, I say, conversation be a course to see biano is all about tourism. Conversation be a course be a the minister vetting or koi. And come over ye do biano said that I can woman point 90%, 99 was about tourism. Indeed, say what trans now share. From even from December now, everything that is happening is about tourism. Who tries now investigation and now because is it because the tourism sector no seems refined? Because now your authority or more full authority you request judgment, you have an able man manning that office. Now, Onokrano, or yeah, Jumana may do baby by extension. No, I stand it even to the creative sector. No, I stand there by no about into us or bought all play all or bought no Hakakra, no, I buy a dim because it's something or here, no may cause no ultimate transit, next or buy a dim, no best support. And then, buy a side there. We, I say, just a Yatitia Pansam.
I saw man penny about and so share side.
Debut, Dabana would do any woman penny about baby da. Catch me pass or man penny no so a director for creative art.
Even family who no
question yeah. Man penny no director for creative art no. Bisan say that when was the last time I would question about do anyone say man penny bani. This is where share creative art for say or near transfer for journey say the person you bet to mama creative art now call enemy. Tell me, let everybody tell me. And this is not about the party matter. And that's more be sending message besides say party asem. We are talking about an industry that is collapsing. And the president doctor is claiming so a director for creative art, doing nothing in the office apart from painting Accra. Catch me. Tell me, what is one thing for all the years obeying? Tell me, say, one thing now what my church say, me papa the president, and one my I am a director for creative art. The achievement Bakupa Metuma Yeni on say creative art for this what I've been able to do for them. Jan Kruma should mention one for me as questionist. And I'm ready to meet him one-on-one. He should tell me, look at my face and tell me, say, this is what I have done. Nothing. Because you are president daughter. Ministry, you know, everything. When was the last time you heard anyone, director of creative art? When was the last time I would tell original baby Kasa about even young Kasa Kwan, your creative art fund? When was the last time I would tell Jan Kruma or can be big about your creative art fund? 8 years now, we've been in power. And the creative art fund is wallowing. You don't hear anything. Nothing about it. The film, won't tell him that David don't better her. David don't better. Look at the cry he went through. Where saw her? Julius Asante saw her. Also, where wine, your cartoons is a Kuma wood, your tunidin, your quack naming ceremony ama movie industry in Ghana. One could see her. Just say, Numa is there. It is sometimes, you can't fault the people when they are going to, when somebody goes to vetting and the kind of question they are supposed to ask. Because what they see, positive things they see happening, is what they ask. And that's about tourism. You cannot fault anybody for asking.
Backing vocalist.
You cannot fault anybody for asking questions not related to a creative art. That is what they see. December in GH, physical. Kwesejima will make it happen. A sing-a-thon, a first and two, Ghana for now could go, and you see the thing happening live. Where's our Jan Kruma? Where's the president daughter? She's been a total failure in that office. And it's important for her to look at her face and tell herself that, look, Father, I want to exit to allow the people do their own thing so they can get results. And it's important we do that because we don't have any much time on our hands again. We need something proactive. Not anybody that will come and speak English to us. We are tired of these things. A lot is happening in the creative art which requires things to do. From the film, from the film in sector to one to all of them. Everywhere there's no man from one way trusting one everything to music to everything. Dressmakers, painters, one to everything. No my scatter. Ain't budget no kwa demand papa no. Check, look at the name that is upon it. Tourism product. That is the name that is put on this. That $1 million. No? Yes, one scano is going to tourism.
And Pacho, before people start, a man for Besha say 30 million Ghana cedis.
30 million Ghana.
You should dollar.
30 million Ghana no is going for tourism product. Question what is a budget no? Ya chiro omu say.
Na say so kakra. The 30 million no say the whole budget to the ministry me boy.
Sure.
Into actually mu kakra.
Question
30 million to the whole ministry. But that aspect ne penno. But there are others in so what different areas.
Ebia baby okoso obisa say okay, into creative art fund so ma say.
Let me be so say creative art fund. Me person obi able to catch them say creative art fund ye can say be ye nya $50,000 and now ye tie ye nya $50,000 seed capital and ye we are adoring the creative art fund and now after ask donor agencies and individual people to even create and we better sincere keke obi keke kabobo yarea ni better radio su because the center cannot hold. And you don't even know where to go to solve problems. Because it says a baby tools to say, Obako Gambro and Abako Musica. So be ye creative art Nibia. Because about the catcher, where do we go? Obako Musica and Abako Gambro and Abako Ifa. Where do we go? But any issue that connects to tourism, you know that when you go to GTA, the problem will be solved. there's a face. Who say a dream koso?
Yes.
What happened to creative arts? And the president's daughter is sitting down there. Jankruma is sitting down there, claiming to do this ABC and of Akusia. And just even creative event. Tell me which one was the last one you saw Jankruma there, showing her face at the director of creative art, coming to support it. Is it because of the president's daughter? So in industry and phobia and school. Come on.
That's questions. So good.
There's no problem. There's no problem, sweetheart. There's no problem. Baby, our conscience ne a yin in our one and your problem. Years ago, Namin so make a president crab address here. Presidents they mention tourism. But we see there should be one thing I see you.
So great, you now go soon okay FM.
But you say
you now go soon okay FM.
Me go soon said dear.
You see no problem.
I missing no problem. Inti me go soon said a dear. Obi sick work trot say say me go soon. Me soon said dear.
Who soon first of all who soon?
Yes.
Okay.
But why did I cry?
Maybe you are because between I catch it for.
Kwesi, me see problem in the per discussion your concern is questions or movie saying was based on tourism. What am I say? Good. Ni enter make say problem you be suya bibi kakra. Me say men so na me can be say I didn't dey be a tourism. But you see, tourism no and a year bibi to say machinery. Yeah, the tone arts. What am I say? I say spectators. You can't spectators. Ebi also you football and also you football team. And also debi amuti spectators. Mun can about house of folk. Mun more kotoko. Mun more house. No. But who are the spectators?
Is that what it is? Sanity?
That is what it is.
Okay to know.
So the driver and because drive what is it? Abia the creative music near the Adiana tourism.
Yeah. Tourists no. You advertise arts no. Ne they attract tourists. Nipa na eba no from tourists. What am I say? Omu ba. Omu koko consume arts. What am I say? Entra obeko art center. Artifacts ni nieme o nyina. It's craft, arts and craft products. Enti de bia omo bebe bia no bo se no mama ni afa ho. No ma kototo niema. What am I say? Enti ye quantify sika na ye de ba na ye de credit ni ma tourism no. The credit should rather go to the creative arts. What am I say? Omo koto arts. 2019 a year your friend is saying beyond the year of return no. Art center almost ton adia as at 11 o'clock and adjuro moton adia. They made money. Sa so na omu ba e bia omu ko your friend is saying castle your friend saying dungeons no. Elmina. They will go and spend money there. They will go to the our cultural sites near man the arts and culture what they consume it. Enti a narrative na the man no and the money yes ye can ye your word no eshe. But machinery no and na the easier way to use.
So can I ask?
Yeah, ask. But yama can what you must say kakra and so
Mate.
Yeah, okay.
But me pedia wo kan. And ye na de nti na ya na ye ready manifesto and say ye be address the state. We hint on some of the problems that we feel the creative industry in here, i.e. the theaters, the digital, the list goes on and on. Why then do we hint on those things and say that these are the problems we've identified? More problem as a creative industry. Into ye be say. But then ain't see.
Okay.
If
then we are shifting from we are shifting. The narrative. I didn't be a can questions. Ni bisa tourism. Then the tourism na ni can. A whole na person me address say. Na a concern. But me beti as no enye concern ma me biom because meaning say the more tourists e beba no. The more art they consume. Into the tourism machinery, they driving attention to the arts and they driving market to the arts.
But say arts no so me say arts no.
Shift here free hop. Near be can the challenges. Your products now tourists ne be consume na. Near shift ya chichiri we na to ho. Na fe near be can no.
Okay.
Ultimately, into near chichiri men near discussing. But me per se. Me address the concern I and I'm me years ago no need to be a cancer and need to be an tourism can't see tourism but yes tourists no more consume arts into the sikana you can see tourism a generate so and so how do you call it to the Ghana economy
I feel say answer now you are deviating because how does this address a concern and many
resist say almost no questions or be saying now were based on tourism. Who address it no?
Yes, I
can say there be I can't see tourism and me can say mean so maybe can be that but a year narrative was a literature was a me who send no description I didn't idea no
so great
and no
it doesn't address your concern because it looks as though our part of the sector has been
so great no so is it the case would you tum and I won't gin tum say in some bisana course no ufa bi abe o hanchichem kura be say duokuno ani echire enyina agina tourism so
omu use tourism to describe what they actually meant. They use tourism and I make sure say me ni aba to bo ase yesu ade o ye nyina yeti an say me su ade firi ho
uti asemusa no
yes
me say ujitum
and I won't gin Mijitum said they use tourism to describe
no any question me say ujitum and I won't gin tum sense bisano dodo na mfa oha nti chembe
Mijitum so yes Mijitum
enyina agina tourism so
Mijitum
okay
yeah
right
and na me so me call so actually mu say na your how e ma me because me feel say the bia ye can tourism but what ye kire mo no hwa wo say I say obi a describe and me try say me use
nia unua infan say ya ye bo akan say ewo ensembisa bebre anso a efa the creative industry enu mpokra ma man faton say ofa empo manifesto na MPP manifesto ni niama e biom ka so be wo ama the creative industry na niama sa niama dodo na no e bia ye hu ye enti
but omo emisa na sem no kan enu different enu na me kire ne say
na sem no kan no nto asuma na
kwesi me say asem no na me chichim enti no the use of the word tourism no can say most of the questions were based on
not just the use of the tourism you say asembisa obi anka said that because yes and I say chia omo nsem no kan no any e bi asembisa na ebusa no say and yet just the use of the word tourism in fact obi anka anything about the use of the word tourism ensembisa na dodo na abubusa ni nyina agina tourism
and na make say ensembisa ni so omubisa ye no mementi ase ne say ensem na omubisa ya omu use tourism no it is rather creative arts but they use tourism mimitia
example
and na name example say okay
aseme no mbisa ya omu use about creative
mami example of some of the questions
David una won kan asem obi aka asem
make say ensem ni bebre omu bisa ya no the moment you mention the word tourism no I know say the end product is the arts and you know whatever it is no it is the benefit is arts
before I be sana say because hold on Socrates my akwa wan do na o de ma me mbo ade na busa na chire mu say e bi asemi is on creatives and patriotic
I discussed that. Now my second question is that the World Travel and Tour Council reported that 10% of every jobs created worldwide is connected to tourism. In 2016, the unemployment rate in this country, as reported by the Ghana Statistical Service, was 8.4%. Mr. Nominee, as I speak to you today, unemployment rate is 14.7%. If you were given the approval, what will you do to use tourism to be able to close up this gap? Because as I speak to you, out of this 14.7% that I'm talking about, 30% of it is youth. And that for me is a national security issue. So what will you do using tourism to be able to create jobs in order that we are able to close up this gap? Thank you.
But one question from this MPU, just here. Another question from that same MPT.
Okay, so go on with your third one, please.
Thank you. Yeah, so my third one, there are quite a number of ancient mosques. We have one in Larbanga. There's one at a village called Bandang Konta. There's one in Wa. There's one in Bole. There's one in Malwe. They are dotted everywhere. And they are sites for tourists. And I've seen quite a number of tourists visiting those places. Last year, one of them collapsed, and many of them are collapsing. For instance, it was reported in the news that the Bole one had collapsed. The community had to come up themselves to maintain it. When you are given the nod, what will you do to ensure that these ancient mosques are not totally wiped out?
So great.
Good. He mentioned first one, the question was on jobs. He mentioned jobs. The question was about. Yeah.
The unemployment rate, no.
Yeah.
Or my, it was true.
Good.
Tourism. Now they are bridging the gap.
Good.
Or they are close to gap of unemployment.
Good.
So it is still tourism.
Tourism. Good.
The second question, still tourism.
And I make her say he used the word tourism. No, Michira was yes, a tourist. No, omu consume the arts and crafts and culture. Omu consume.
I know Obiano.
And the jobs now.
No. Obiano new watching.
Yes.
Asembusana is just the attention is geared towards tourism.
Yes.
And that the ministry no engineer tourism
yes.
Into the other areas no akwai okay ye atu na jejem. And no currently come be crash suggest say e bi nsu hie ne say be ya yente tourism no fi other sectors no other sectors yente fi tourism no.
So all you need to do
nti asem ye busa say first of all is that what it is sa na usu wana but
yes but Michira will say near all kind of jobs not on tourism no who are the beneficiaries? The creatives. The creatives are the beneficiaries because one near auditors no work story natural no should know literature.
Okay.
It's under the creative.
Okay.
What must say?
No problem. We say there's no problem, so let's go on.
No, kwesi me pacho. Ye nyina ye nsua de kakra.
Yo.
Because one, secondly, mosque na okay is under culture. What must say? And the mosque no
or say there's no problem, but just to be fair to you, numbers are man for tears here. Now me can be about say, Otina radio susun ye.
Yes.
Wona na oti house no problem. Those days when you were crying now.
Why was I crying, Kwesi?
Or say, wabre. You're
tired.
Why break? Because you see, there are so many issues in the industry. You see the explanation. You think that
it's not true.
Things that they have to do.
It's not true.
Things that they have to do. They are not.
It's not true.
My voice is not
how.
Okay, so okay, true. Then.
Kwesi, me say, as some way, we are talking about tourism.
They will say true. I know because we feed tourism. I'm can't say true. I'm saying DNA true.
Concerning,
as I'm can't say true, and I'm saying DNA no credit.
Oh, say because oh, it was just about information.
You cried about information.
Yeah. Because maybe to what say, there was na ye kwako bra ye ko talking about theater in Kumasi. ɛna yɛbɛbisa me ho asɛm but na so honorable Kwekuma did information be mame about it minister ne discuss it na on farm and I was like why because many a times so niema bebre so cost wo ministry ho and I see we are sector anymore. I come on radio ni niema bebre but I don't have the information and it was frustrating. What am I saying? Okay. That was the main issue.
All right.
And I came here and I was frustrated to be honest because that was the first question you beside me and the person who even gave me the information was an outsider. I say, how do I sit in here when I don't have information? That was the whole issue. It has nothing to do with your friend say, but we see me pacho. Me say, question no beside me, tourism, jobs in tourism.
Okay,
there are creatives who will benefit from it.
Yache.
You, Mate.
Yache, why? Me, it be here no a day. It be here no a day. And Kwanya holding penny yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Monica. Can you come over? We could chop love and tuna. I want you here, don't send me your tuna. I don't mind that Uber driver. I go feed by that Uber. Oh my God. Party me money, cow. Make me your baby, and I go make you my lady all night long. Party me money, cow. Make me your baby, and I go make you my lady all night long. Party me money, cow. Yeah. Party me money, cow. Care for your mommy. The problem no be money. See how the girls do they want my attention. Fake booty girl no they near me. Don't get rich, I got that cheddar. So you know they fear me. Be my party. Hello Monica, can you come over? We could chop love and tuna. I want you here, don't send me your tuna. I don't mind that Uber driver. I go feed by that Uber. Oh my God. Party me money, cow. Make me your baby, and I go make you my lady all night long. Party me money, cow. Make me your baby, and I go make you my lady all night long. Party me money, cow. Yeah. Party me money, cow.
Rockstar made it.
Ladies and gentlemen. I don't mind that Uber driver. I will feed by that Uber.
This dial is hot. Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News on your number one station.
It's the weekend. Let the good vibes take over. Only on your favorite station.
With your 3:23 is the time. Entertainment Review Peace 104.3 FM Saturday, March 9, 2024. Yes, young enemy and to us, young common ye dino. Okay, so Enra, oh my Ghana, and crying crowd you had saying. Oman penyin na do dan kwa mpenifo chese esini na so na ye pa hontoma ye bia no ni nyina ye 13th All African Games e bibrim hanum saying oman ahodo no mehia na chese akensi ahodo na ekoso America ye table tennis chese in fact doso football wom swimming wom chese bebre nti amaya hodo nyina ba be hia wa Ghana hanum se nti enra de na nkran na traffic no so ano ehye pa no ehye na kwa Friday so aka ho na enkomo no nia yepese ehwe titiriu efa eyebra na omubie 13th All African Games no nia yepese ehwe titiriu ni agrudie na course no bra na ye bia no ye hwe ye nuan ma nyom to for perform ye Ghana mambre ne kwan fa so aye bie eye All African Games na no the entertainment aspect any ba behwe and I am sure mobekaya na what we said ne yani enua bako Jeffrey edi nkomo that was last Tuesday almost mu edi juma kese wa Accra International Conference Center. I'm sure say mu amutimi ko bi no Fia Kwame Eugene me born in nyumi and Yekofi Kinata almost almost perform ye agudi ahodo bebre e course na enra de enso no anyom to fobi to say performance Ebo Taylor can promise ni Shatawale na mu gine mu a perform ye ba be hwe Christians. I'm sure say so far I was saying in terms of do you think yes the entertainment aspect no so we ni say ni sikoye Brian opening 13th All African Games
Yamisi and kind of cranny
display of sound light and in the account
I've who's snippets of it
okay
because Ndra na mini town
okay
nti me ya one or two bi kaka na ahwe e social media nti me kaka meka no
okay
I believe say maybe based on what kaka me share with social media near the fullness of it
okay
man can ye obi mfa me but I believe that yesterday I think that our culture was well represented na performances and I appreciate one more I put to the whole opening it together.
Okay.
The lighting effect, the a world class presentation of say Ghana, where a normal SCC waha in terms of the event organizing. Because you are quite nimpa your brains no to be able to hold any world event.
Okay.
Awaha. Seeing the way atmosphere theater a stadium hall. The lighting effects to me say and normal accompany I don't know meaning one more I put to maybe I in your credit no to me and beautiful stage. They even when Shatta was coming on stage, the kind of effects our put two together really put that young man into another feat of great artistry and all of them, all the performances about who now amazing. And I believe say the only a year na kakra na me work kakra na say until the last few days of the event I think say promotion towards the entire kwesine form kakra promotion of the whole thing kakra the full effect me sure say no na ma womunya adwene mi say ne yemfefa for selection of artists ne bi yemfa Shatta mu no wemu na dade because they have the numbers amount for betumi am followers ne so wo ha they will come but seriously say we put you no aside there everything and the creative aspect of it you could feel say I was very proud as a Ghanaian seeing the kind of artistry that was put together and I may want to watch it more further in case of maybe there was some few loopholes beer. My person between boys and me a point measure on YouTube some of the visuals there may be some loopholes maybe I could see but kakra me di many who were YouTube any performances needed. I think I was proud to be a Ghanaian seeing my Ghanaian people, creative people and event organizers living up to expectation and putting such a huge African event together. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I think kudos to event planners. They did very, very well. Artists, so Obibia Suko stage, they did marvelously well. They showcased Ghana and what we have as Ghanaians. So, it was good.
Okay, Bragwe, see, me so kakra me to me I can't find my African games, any large. I think say the issue largely was on promotion, because anka ideally was for such a big event as anka was say a jibe biafa you can't baby about we share promotion on the media space now enye as expected. And so far, no, the Amenya Wakwenya me to me one of the challenges first of all, I mean focus on the good things the stage lighting and everything was just so beautiful. We share drone shots, muchu try, we share their stage lighting it's any setup now. It was very, very attractive and so beautiful. It got to a point now for me wonder say fana Oma na looking that beat because it looked new and refreshing to me. And mema kudos to event organizers omo muputi up stage lighting and any idea oma ye juma kesiye pa. But one of the challenger I think say for me any artist or throw such a huge stage or perform me a better na enyane de send sound enkoye. Videos be brain na menya kwenya mashe to me share the full thing, but the men who are Instagram shatawale who are YouTube shatawale performance or especially what to me we say na sound enkoye because do baby I say na shata mic na nya adwuma enti na de oka no yente what to say nyom na body about to say shata to nyom and at some point to me we say na oka nyama bi but then na yente. So for me, I think for such a huge event like that, that was something Anke to me prevented. I don't know what went wrong. But then I feel for such a huge platform, any this eyeballs that we are attracting, these are mistakes I think we can really avoid. But largely, I think it was an okay event. But just send a promotion from Kakra and Mami. Yeah.
Medasi secret bremwe na mintie we initial comment na me answer mu won ba ko menu bi nam de atoja na majimajinche
kwesi in the first place poor promotion, very 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 poor promotion for such a beautiful event. Whoever is doing the promotion I would say the person needs to be checked. I don't know the challenge either funding or planning, but whatever they did for me in terms of promotion, very poor. When him say a man for bebre crambo, him say bibi koso, bebre him say bibi koso. And if I look at the amount of sika they are shot the way more. Na sika no ye di shemwa ye take out of patronage, and you do such a beautiful thing, do such a me who say ya mekano no. Na woman is such a poor promotioner. I don't know what you want to do. Sometimes promotional budgets crampo twice the cost of the production if you are really serious and you understand how to sell arts. But me didn't know kwesi ma men sorry ma omo organize here I give them your famous standing ovation. One, from the concept to execution. I'm telling you, say omo ya dear papa. Many a times I must share these competitions near opening ceremony across the world, especially Ivory Coast, any in Egypt, no Dubai, if I'm board World Cup, is it Qatar Qatar. I look at it, maybe someone say, hey, can we pull something like this here? And I watch it and I feel proud to say yensu yetimi aye bibi baby obehwe ni bia no can about sound me mo dear baby I'm sure me hu challenge with the sound. Yes, me hu me hu bibi sa ni ami hu say omoyeye which they also did in Ivory Coast. Ye bibi say ne all the time na me hu say omo allow musicians, especially where you have musicians, to have their free way. And yes, ebetia faso. Inti, I think said they did a playback. Inti say artists ni crown per se or go off na or can be a bit draggy time now. They don't allow until the thing, the music finish and you can say something on your own. That is what I suspect. Because me who be or Ivory Coast. After Blondie by, or yeah, in the first crown call and the whole place, and omudumu the mic no, and they played the song to time it. And yes, artists, a CBBI concert, what
it came across as though it could be said. Yeah, but it came across as though the mic no off. I said, Ocean Anonia Semo Kano. Anyway, now it doesn't. I don't know if you get my point.
It may happen in a few areas, but in general, no. I saw the sound that I heard was good. Pat Thomas no so babeye or ne Ebotela omo beye omo so omo parts. I saw arts again. Arts was sold, and the people who came from all over the world, they are tourists, and they came to consume the arts. Ultimately, I saw models Obaku Omo oye Madam Fo Okomodobi. Throughout the week, no more call rehearsals near Maki or Modeli, kra. And I saw the arts also on display. Look, the lighting. Charlie, it was nice, Kwesi. So nice. Yeah.
Wow, I say when I was here tourists near the idea, oh, say na bekana.
Oh, yes, I know.
But Mimbusao.
Okay.
Because the way I will see pushy for Mimbusao. Usano. Menye sure so ko America da.
Debi.
But no Americans anymore.
Yes.
Inti omo ye tourism promotion na sinin no mo di promote to America.
No. Oh, omo di sinin promote to America.
Yo, so sinin belongs to what? The movie industry and the film industry.
Yeah.
Okay. Inti sinin no mo di ton America.
Yes. But Kwesi, aside sinin so omo di ton America no. American so
see o dey tell me e be busa question be you busa question we are na say onim say question na obusa no enti efi na oba obetu I just ask you a simple question
ade ba ko eye me ahoahoa wo show you so
no me say me busa a simple question
okay
me say usua no wan ko America da
there be
to say me am so man ko America me ni na be ko America but one of the things in fact me kai say me one of the countries me yes me kopa me ni me ska me yes me ko hon there
China
Bangkok
because
Thailand.
Of senior washwe
because no have Bangkok Hilton
and
the way we see treaty prisoners they am here akwai or the drugs e kono mo chi
no person is prisoner
there be they were like as like go for timu edin
I don't no person ko
I want to see say
okay
they were akwai no ko chi ni ade and am say me ko Bangkok
okay you are right that is why
but that will be a sine like we need G
good no kwesi but that doesn't mean say America need tourism promotion
they have it but I'm saying they use the film industry to market America more than
again
anything.
I will tell you say even before COVID
again
before COVID GTA selected 10 film producers gave them money to shoot films to promote your friend is saying
where the films
or say films no
you are talking about
or say again they gave them money to shoot films so it is the film that you are using to sell
to sell for people to find
because of
your attractive.
Because of little association with tourism
it is na some American no I didn't tell mumu nti ase omo wa bontin mo tin American
na
because if you say am for mo abontin omo ti ase nti enu ani
but omo na your program na mo because one, I don't understand why you don't understand.
No,
tourists come here.
You just admitted that.
Yes.
You got to know, and I said, America was sold to you through movies.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
She say, who call tourism in America? Moving into the Marco.
Yes. Yes.
So what are you saying?
But what have I been saying? Me say, tourists never almost consume arts.
So
tourists bar. It is the arts now. Toma
Yanko anime so get yanko anim na ya hwe all African games but now uka bibi nti na bia no betwe mu no hello so great yanko anim yanko anim So great. You call your name. You all African games. All African games. You hear all African games. So when we say about performances.
Yeah, no, because
performance. Pacho. You go perfect. Because he said if it's on all African games.
Yeah, all African games.
Yeah.
Because menyanentie kakra. Say display no. Womo a eye ho adwuma no. Company bi na fi ebaba yeye. Omo fi amanone. Ana ebe put together. Na menyanentie say company no kraro omudin no ye from Ivandi.
Yeah.
Omo free
South Africa.
Masanso nyanentie biom say
apparently omo produce AFCON. Yeah.
Okay.
Ivory Coast there.
What I know is that AFCON omo ntie bia fine.
Me say the on board Ivory Coast nansen ya omo yeah. Okay.
Minia Kokusi. Thanks for the information.
But there are some local
participants.
I
think say omo pick you 2-3 people from GTV camera
to
support
not just
the
camera. Ebano stage na understand say Ghana for na ye ho adwuma. I think say Ebano props na Tony Tometi enzo ye adwuma ni bi. Then ni hwehwem kakra nso kire say already been a friend Regis, that is Anita Eskin, MC, one of the MCs, Nikun, and so was like Obia locally on a coordinating at the South African lady Nebem Somodi and our company normally a year contract in the mom. So there were some Ghanaians in some year but
my man Kojo Hilton.
Oh well. Abia.
Yeah,
I don't know, but these are a few of. But me, I should say, as time goes on, there are people who also played some minor roles. I mean, say yes, Kojo Pokununya, they are then so yeah, Niamanka Crank Crowd.
They are all creatives.
Yeah, Omina creatives. So yeah, Niamanka Crank Crowd. But talking about performance, no, teach okay, I'm fancying to phone performances. Okay. I think King Promise dear. And King Promise maybe meaning the experiences so far with some of these Nigerian acts, largely say whiskey money idea on my man platform on a big stage with me. I recently so I'm say this international event your course or only they've been some international events so about but was it only Kamido Anna?
Kamido.
Yeah. So I think that these things have given him some experience. Bia, Oshe House, the whole the choreography, the stagecraft, bia, me free say why are there, and Shatawale yina sumi mbabe kan metunufu, opompo metunufu. And uti ebeboa untie nsuna se obefa phone na be kansem ho a eno ye wa wasem. I think Shatawale did almost about 4 minutes 30 something seconds. And Oshe Shatawale pedigree now, I think I don't know. And I've seen Shatawale before on stage BTC saying one of the AFCON, I don't know whether it was AFCON Awards, I said, yeah, the Kaipa or she suit, blue calabi. It wasn't swag. I don't think it was swag. It was African Cup of.
No. Africa.
It has to do
best
football.
Players. Yeah.
That particular performance,
yeah.
I thought was
it in Nigeria? Yeah, in Nigeria.
Yeah, that performance was, splendid. But this particular performance, it appeared a bit amateurish.
CAF Awards.
This particular performance was a bit amateurish for me. And I don't know whether it was a technical problem. First of all, only Pakwa, and Namisi Shata Tienye. And your mom bell no more yodu bois. So critinum I did say beyond Becacho, so the performance is. So you assume Tienye. all the to say Sakafa was now that this performance appeared amateurish. To say I should be like bibia wakwa winima kwa kodunu. I think he should have done better. That's what I'm saying. I don't know whether it is technical, because sometimes performances like this, is also overproduced because they give you a lot of restrictions. Obey say, untiminye say, inti ubesha hawa ebia unipa kuna say no. And you maybe so I went to me manage you who ye because the restrictions they are giving you and unim how to balance, because you are doing 4 minutes. And like I said, from the video now, me share 4 minutes, almost about 39 seconds from the start to end. And Sanya Manuka cleaning album one here now. Amount performance akoy bibi o honum saying. But it appeared a bit amateurish for me. That's one. Minimo ni pa akwa okache and say ontutu ntuma mfengun. The kente mene no dia. Nka kente no me bibi ti say me dibegu. How do we call that thing? Minim hawa. Okay, ntuma no me nka be design in such a way be say there be means but okay. So they have this design
like a coat.
Like okay, it's more flat. So you put it around your neck so that it is easier. And that one, if they tack it very well, the performance can go well because how ote and how the performance is here. So it's very uncomfortable. Why restricted? Why being like he's not himself? Me ni one pakun so advising is on for crown fencing the tissue, because probably once you tell people that I'm the dancehall king, that was also a misplaced thing. It restricts you. Look, I've seen Alpha Blondie performed on the AFCON stage, which was for me was very dry. It was one of the was very dry performance. Oh yeah. In Tusha, brown one kasa oyin to man to hono. You realize that you're free. Yeah. You see that now he was coming up as okay, Shatawale na yenimno. So it was wrong on that score. Now the other bit I'm the choice of music
that he performed.
The repertoire warning the choice of music. I don't know. But again, what do you think would have been the idea?
Ubisamia, I was expecting taking over with the Shogana. That was what I was.
What do you think was the ideal songs that he was supposed to?
That is what
I didn't like.
Me modi Minyanka, that song, no taking over, no, is what now I would say. Yeah.
I didn't.
No, that song.
The choice of music. If you say so, Yumbi Bria or Bag would have really, but they be no artist. A mood, official mood, but I didn't really enjoy the choice of music now. I mean, or you see, and Matt, me who a man for the being so much so stage in so, until he could have at least come out on stage with some choreographers, dancers, and no crowd. I mean, you are dream or honum saying. Maybe he wanted the spotlight to be on himself. But if you want the spotlight to be on yourself, then it means that there are other things because when you have people like, even I'm not saying say the same way, you should be like Abia Obi to say good dancers like Abia fine Asha na BBC Abia Asha or stage or non kwa cry or non kwa stage obey me antics be brave am I husukiwa or no cry pono will come out on stage with choreographers. And in the kaka home. But I don't know many a man for your dream. I just think that Shatawale himself alone no kwano obey me who could have done it. But this performance it didn't really
because you know about restrictions.
Yeah.
I saw a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, guide no. Baby are on Nantemfa. Baby Uncle Gina.
Of course, I know the
what am I saying? Yes, yeah. And I make I say, now talking about restrictions, no. That may be true. Say, be our stage, be our free.
But I won't say so great. And I can say yes. When you also with baby our age, you wanna do any experience, no, you're able to balance it. Of course. So when I must say, of course, because of course, again, my main recent one to say Bia Asha on the Super Bowl. You think it didn't come with restrictions?
It came with.
Yes.
Even global citizens.
Yes. So you have more restrictions, no? Then it's up to you now. How do I balance me act, no, with restrictions so that my performance, no, out ye. That is where your experience will now come to show. Because once you mount such international stages, no, when you meet people like that, when you meet production houses like that, where now they are producing you, they tell you that you can only come to this point, you can only do this, and you know perform for only this number of minutes, and they stick by it. They tell you that look, you can't go even 1 second. It is this and that is all. So now, say, oh yeah, artist, you say you are professional, consummate one. This is where now you demonstrate. And only a who say yes, oh yeah, and I won't yeah. All those things come to
you when you make it your own.
Exactly.
Because yeah. The outcome na mati the outcome na say. But the appreciate to say stages of this nature comes with its own challenges for an artist. For me my share Davido more performance with the World Cup at Qatar. My share several of them. And sometimes similar mistakes of what maybe you are okay. Some of them, you see it in them. Say, it happens. Because a tight scripted event production. And being as artists, you know, and you have to also underscore, say, Shatta is more or less like a freelance performer. In the style, in the BBR, the way are couching a craft, or a freelance performer.
There any freelance performer?
Oh, make like or a free or like yeah.
Fabra from not too technical for a movie.
Oh, so because yeah, the American say he's used to a regular style of certain on one kasa it may express the who would the music and then a style we're creating.
Okay,
we're good. And coming to this one, the several communications might have gone into the technical production of the show. And likely, said they are not nana it could be and I me pepata one case who raise say bia not a technical problem for with the microphone, with the entry, with certain few of this in number of ordinarily. Until we are artists, so we manage we are artists. Now we perform on such an international platform. Now we know, okay, this is it. The amount of 4 minutes within all this space that you are dealing with, you have 4 minutes to the first the agenda about team as an artist and say, okay, then let me try and put up my performance. What I say, put my performance, no, because no man be brave man. A mouse have free will, no. A man to me express it, so the opposite will express no. And so you'll be left within trying to deliver to make sure say the technical production expectations say the man over to my fulfill it. And I'm sure that sometimes most of these international artists women course our stages now challenges are you may want to do
what feature my dear ya want to now don't sack and want to now don't sack because yes for the so if a microphone back on or then inside what to a feature na yeah cause I'm empty yeah because yes me too
Aba
me too
okay
men found some microphone
okay until sometimes no
my credit na me man
yo because sometimes no say yenya from management perspective ABR okay challenges are the my ABR technical from backstage say yeah then and they bet me appreciate this situation no much more better from that because sometimes they I mean me
but mami show me I'm saying
you from productions are there what we see on TV and what is happening relative
hello Kwesi pay attention na me show me say so yama 4 minutes and as me can okay 4 minutes be at 39 seconds who as a professional no ɛhɔ na yɛbɛhu bɔbrɛ so ɛno hɔ na ɛsɛ wo so kyerɛ bɔbrɛ so kiwa ne ɔmo di ama me no me ba be ya adeɛ because you see akɔyɛ te sɛ bi a wakɔ restaurant na bi a wakɔ akɔtɔ aduane ya yɛ hwɛ no mo hwɛ bebree ni nyinaa saa nneɛma wɔ nyinaa mpre bebree ɛhu kura nkɔ hia ɔmo ne ɔmo die ne ɔmo ni maa ne sɛ
ɛnwom na
ne ɔmo sɛ okay performance waba oba bɛyɛ ni akɔ ni ahwɛ kɔ ni abɔ ha enti ankɔ yi a ɛno no look, they might not care so much about some of these things. It is up to you. I mean, saying by force, be a fine. Who pursue display Ghana culture. Inti mame kofa kente. Na me fe mfra me hone be a very restricted. I don't know. Almost say o chinchina so okay be a fakente. And now one of it okay. Well, I want to do something. All those things ni na eka ho bi. Any eka no say yes. As an artist,
you better pay me to more rehearse and son. Why I mean
yeah.
Me back with you, Busami. I feel say restrictions or no restrictions, no. It is no excuse for you as an artist. Se ubejina stage so eyeballs in our also. Within that 4 minutes, you are supposed to make your mark and go. Whether producer catch yourself for hammer and for how whatever. Yeah, and I'm speaking from a layman's perspective. No, we don't care about those things. As a said, we are radio presenter, now TV presenter, now we be juma babe juma. Now we say we bano. Your friend will say we girlfriend be into affect to mood into better now no. Unto me deliver. Do you understand? For me, no, I think say like Brakwesi said, the performance for me was so I say like an up and coming artist. Be our backstage for the Shatawale that we know and said your Onipano to me like he prides himself in the fact that he is the dancehall king. What am I say? So for that performance on that stage, for me I think it was way below what Shatawale is capable of doing. What am I say? Ain't he say car production? Yes. Or nobody would expect such a huge production to go on as Sebio. Production floor managers are you say. That has to be in place. But regardless of that, all these global stages are young artists or more performing from concerts, Global Citizen, whatever, Qatar World Cup. All these productions are there. But then if you tell me that these restrictions are affecting you as an artist, then maybe you need to work more in your stage craft. Because we are there, and your baby now be quiet. Maybe hold on.
Whereby you tell me, say this is affecting you.
No, we are having a discussion.
Yeah,
we are assuming. No, nobody is saying Shatta is complaining. We are assuming that if these are the things that restricted him, what am I saying? If these are the things that restricted, I feel like in that 4 minutes time, you are supposed to deliver and make your mark as an artist regardless. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. That's near course. So that's 13th All African Games opening ceremony. The entertainment aspect in it for Nayaji Kakra na yedi and also enkomo. Yabani babedi royalties in Hong Kong Kakra. Samba kumi no about fa royalties. I'm sure say ubihu adia royalties no so that's it. Neko.
Immunization. Chicken from any pressure. Street orientation.
FM.
Immunization. From any
pressure. They say I've been there by my wood out. 12 match. Hey, yes, you've been in me dinner wood out.
Oh my niggas sharp. Oh my niggas sharp. Cover face like badger. Get feel like but we know they cut. Sit up boss them tap. Pass for the shit rababa. Oh my ijo rababa. Feeling good banana. Music don't need permission to enter your spirit. Anyway, anyhow, say you go feel.
Please give me permission to enter your space. Hey.
Permission to enter your spirit.
Yeah. It's deep.
Anyway, anyhow, say you go feel me.
Sir? Give them. Give them. Give them. Give them. Give them.
Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News on your number one station.
It's the weekend. Let the good vibes take over. Only on your favorite station.
With your favorite station. Digital and on your smartphone. Your radio is hot.
What on a jump on the other fucking entertainment review. And then it's over to some entertainment. I've been another entertainment review. President up on the front and I see entertainment. Entertainment review. Now I'm on my man of France, I'm on the France, I'm on the France.
Okay, so your next issue pese kakra nkomo pese de to aso fa royalties. So there's one here. I'll just read a brief part of it now. Mivia yasambo eni bako e de amamo finyum to ni sakode ensemo de atudwa. This one here says, it will be nice for African actors to be paid royalties, Rita Dominic. Nigerian actress Rita Dominic has said in a recent interview that she's looking forward to seeing African actors earn royalties for their works. Now, Rita, who appeared on Personality Profile on their crowd-based radio station, noted that although a lot of filmmakers are working hard in their various fields, what will make their lives better is royalties, known in the film industry as residuals. And Rita Dominic asema wakani say nyonyam hwehwa de so papa na sakwa enti royalties chesa akwese mfiafia ho no eta chire no so muso mutimi nya bi na wo mo ede hwe mo hafa aha na eno ho asem na akwa asem bi a ayekena nyomtuni sakode nso aka bibia fa sa royalties kro ya ho yenti sakode ne emra studio ha se ni ento aso.
So the royalty system has been a big issue here in Ghana, but it's it's something so little to do. It's not that hard. It's just putting the system in place and just getting the money back. You know, we have our people here playing the music. If there was a system in here where they had to log in for everything they're playing here, they play 2 of my songs. That's, let's say 2 CDs each is 4. So just this evening I made 4 CDs. And how many events are they having in the week? Parties, naming ceremonies, funerals. We can get paid every second.
Peace FM.
Nyomtuni sakode and audience no dia tudwa no say yes anyum na wo mo ye no omo ya ayo mo japade sene wo ye business mi raw shop mu te say wo ton wa de mi raw shop mu a me ba beto ade a mi ntimi mbom wurem na me mfa ade no na me nkokwa mi ma wo sike bia no sa pepepe no mo so madwuma na eye anyum to adwuma no etie sini twa adwuma no sa na tie uyusu a eyo majapade untimi mfo bi japade na unyusu no akekekwa untu ahwe commercially ade a no nsu no muso mu dididi enti odi yo business a se usu tumi tua bibi ade enti na befa na ade yo business a untu ahwe enti no oka no ma mfato se oba hakura wate se wo ma bɔ ne nyom no be mienu enka ne papa enka wo ma bɔ nyom mienu yi emfa nse enka abɔ baako a royalties nsika obetua ne 2 Ghana cedis enti nkomo bɔ mienu baako bi ama no 2 Ghana cedis anka mienu no nkonya 4 Ghana cedis okekani na esi eni nkakran saa na ekonenim na daachi no enye efi na bi a ne yare demu ana bibisa no wakɔ ahomgie mu ne fi no oba abɛsresre esan se menu mienu ye yusu ne nyom no saa free ye ntua hwe wo mo sene no mahwehwehwe we fie no mu a yentua hwe. So great. Me sa se fuse nkomoy Rita Dominic sinitwa adwumam na fa bre Ghana hanum sei. Ghana hanum sei wo mo yesi ni artists ni actresses wo mo gi royalties ana wo mo gi bi.
Omo gi.
Enti omo gi dia na tese Ghana hanum no we nye nkomo a ehye da hia sa mebo a.
Omo gi.
Yetua omo royalties.
Yetua.
Okay.
But when say me can be say this aspect of the law no we see you can say yeah me share time we need a whole day to discuss it. We didn't discuss oh no me can say senior yen no Ghana han say no wo hwe mre ni mu a
yeah
da wo betimi abie no wakan no wo bon say ye holo ye vague bi
oh so can there me kan
yen discuss it nya details enti no royalties any blank levy ni nyina ye che ne pe
yeah
it's not supposed to be due. Technically there are different reasons why the money is collected.
But any enkomo for fraud. So royalties no. And I say watch rain.
Yeah.
Ghana hanum say yetua.
Yeah.
That's the performance no me boa.
Yeah. Me count about film.
Yeah, so film no fans okay.
Yes.
But me film
actors now on my register with
so no perform acting no so
every year no. Yeah chair.
So mo jibi.
No mo so kakra ko.
Okay. Is it the case of fine senior Rita Dominic can because or can they aside a bibrem nyina. Do you know minimum about Nigeria say be a fine one
Nigeria there.
But do you know say e be a Ghana hanum say penny yes ade na now ye tua royalties ni ma e be actors ni actresses na because who so can or say about Africa
because my main can film there ni aminim ne say kai say na me won for Nigerian producers bi no mo ba no be da me feel South Labadi.
Okay.
Yes. Na one day na me co meeting e na oba ko bisa me say meeting me ho me say o ye ko che ye blank levy aba and ye kwa ko che e no say blank levy me say o ye at the copyright office we have our blank levies we share and it was news to him as a producer and so he's a member of the producer association.
It blank levy no ni na ne say niam bia ye de ba Ghana hanum saying. In fact, those days ni titupa to say be a cassette CDs. Utimi ede ode record ode copy. Ye titire bi anyom signature eni de ka ho no.
Yeah.
Na mo de tuobi, aban no de tuobi e de ato sa nyama na omo krafi ama no ne na ba. Tuobi da so. Nti ya sa to no omo tia na omo de akwa kogu ho no say. Ebra no no ma boa ni nyina no omo de aba collecting societies for na eno na no friend blank levy no match am.
Yeah. To him it was news. He was a member of their producers association.
Okay.
Inti me say omo ho no krampo no omo nche bi. But eno na surprisingly me call meeting me kogogu ye nipa ne ba akoso.
But does that mean say omo ni bibi a friend blank levy and omo wo.
Na omo nche minim so omo ni but he was not aware. And am diko gu oba akono say Masa, who would be at the house? Go to Nigeria. Unko Nigeria, also go to Nigeria. Omo grandpa this I see I chiche crap. Omo nim se bibi sa ho. Enti me fa medwan asom bio. Enti me nimmo but adia ba kun so aminim ne say. Ye nipa. Major. So ni major.
Yeah.
Major and the wipe for e fa no. Ye formula.
Administrator at
ASOC, yes. Ye formula ye de chiche e wo hansi a yan ye tena se e hwe ye system no and you create that formula by giving points ne niema because you what points are
latest one nearby no honestly been shared and share
but you have points per the number of work
sure
and ye de ma points yan ye tena se ne ode buy let me give credit to Akwete kan on this formula ne buy say ye ne say ye build it ye no wipe for ba hansi a chire omo no that is the system omafa ama developing world into no ombefa ye administrator major eco country bi to say Vietnam, Zimbabwe, other countries e mane ko chire omo.
Okay.
Senior yen no hansi say that is the formula for say the whole developing countries no and adopt it because you need proper data bia ye dey run it sa system no and so they adopted it or no or yeah or more resource person or no at least me boy ya basu say Ghana yensu ye bi but still I insist there is a chia kakra
sakode de ne de ka ho or kan about or say how he come in him say uti in year pass. I think we're simple. It's because you just put a system in place.
Yeah.
We log and
akwesi.
Yeah.
Me pacho again. Yeah, pray for sa emra we nyina kai koko ne coca any ayi ne ayi meeting wo recruitment office a studio wo kwan we aso e ho ne ayi meeting
Aveno Junction.
ne pray busom pramas go ni nyina no. One, you see pay collecting societies. Two, so that we can log near pushy gamru force copyright office. Say omuntimi a logging system, and it was the basis I say omunya juma logging system. Into Shamrana, the logging system no woman say every player must log. You log before you play, and it is the basis I bet me how much you owe. As we speak today, oko GBC omologe the bia omologe besin ne enne amenu ka say but wo enna enwuma oboye won loge ye but GBC uko omo yellow paper bi wo ho enu na omo de loge yeah omo churo enwum no because e obi work won't be fan money keke and it was part and near say collecting societies no bar
but omo loge omo tu ahena
Pacho, and no, you're different.
Debut, what can say? You have see can it is like it gives maybe fine some advantage. So I'm logging. Is it just logging? Because at the end I say you know
yes
holistically.
Yeah.
I say you know ye bako.
Yeah.
You log
and pay.
And then it be a fine. Me log which is a yejuma.
Yeah.
Me log na mfaso bi ambaso a. Na me wi anoma koto paper na twene.
Okay. Me to ase why are there? But e bia gamrofo enen form rates my per song. And no me hu ye ba bia say gamrofo ahihye say.
Ba unim say logging system no kra no so no. Omo anso abo omo because
ebo ahwan
oh na omo industry say abo omo. And secret nyabutre na tie for so ntiase because say your log here many minim other places no obi ehu no obi nkeka
yeah
inti your log here your ball nyumu a secret your ball nyumu a e odi mu nti okay let's say ti say na sa akode eke nti abom nyum mienu na yesi ba ko bi e bo 2 CDs a 4 CDs na ekosa akode ho
yeah so say no kan no yeah that is it
nti I'm saying that this whole thing about not ensuring okay logging system the bamro bo so okay obi okra we na nya no I'm sure a benefit e bi no nti
yeah kwesi but yeah emra no ye pass here and make say when Betty called us these were the aspects of appointing my and say because ye nya we no no e wo lord mo no ye de awie ye discuss ye wie a ya committee na approve no ye mfa nko ye nyina ye te ase say yeah babelog yeah because we players no near say copyright office for no omunye because adwuma ne yeden nti omo mpese omo ye ba yan ye ba be ye de mrai ma ye wie ya I'm limiting it to gamro after the gamro for atiada
so
they are not insisting
so what share with Adomic Dinu ma memfa we musa na fesi mame
okay
ne enko union mama kan so sa akode say ade we nya din
enyadin
sanity
ampa enyadin kwesi
aden na ayadin
so boy matina hansen amamwa sreme maka say since day one ameti say you see there is your friends a login system sisak for the BB ba and your BB saying wiemu ni aka ne hwanyan Mr. Hameka say gambrofo ani abre no mo person mo ya de we ya one enwom no eye omodia let me say quote unquote gamrodia because the members have assigned it to them who are oti hansen a wo bo nwom no
yeah
omomra omo be hihye na na so di so
yeah
enya wo dia enti se wuntimi a don't play it
yeah
they have to insist say ye di ade na e be say wiemu ne maaye no data collection is key. You can collect it on a sheet of paper A4 sheet of this massa she near they say wiemu no ade na maaye and they are playing it for free. What do you want? You want records. So what I say? You want records of the number of songs.
Messi boy.
Yeah, be yeah.
Banyalo.
be entertainment review no. You want records of the songs yabo. Only laptop bia or ha only hwe, but paper nko ade owo bi. And insist design that A4 sheet from your office with your serial number and everything. Share it to every radio station that will come and register with you. Say we are going to use your content. Every month you give them a number. Now when they come and see before they start their show, entertainment review time from this time. What should I go paper so? So can so use computer or because so nibi light off in paper and quantity light in channel. What should I go so or start here and you mami bo any at this time. What should I go so? Oh we are every week. National service for
computer.
Was it?
Computer na gumechi.
Oh, okay. But no, me can't say obibe use excuse be. Enti me any general. Now, mo national service for. Omo call rounds with a motorbike. Motorbike omo bebre go. Omo call all the stations in Kojeje. Omo ba mo computer ni si mo office hall. A simple quattro friends software. Ma input to eguso. At the end of the month, mo betimi hu sa akode enum dodo kon e boy e wo Peace FM. All their shows. You have it there. You input how much each song costs. And you can know the bill at Modibama Peace FM a month.
Okay.
Where are they then? But they won't do it. You know why? They will come and give Peace FM a bill of 40,000 cedis a month and now say 100,000 a year. When they collect that money, you the musician, do you know how much they collected from all the state? You don't know. So what they will declare to you is what you have to deal with. So they don't want to do it. They can do it. But deliberately, they don't want to do it.
Okay, so good.
Yes.
May I say?
Yes, I didn't try GBC here. Not other stations here. GBC, ni American paper yi, omo ye. Oh, besre me say paper. But the paper is the way to go in the absence of the soft, the digital one. Any honor, they be omo dia excuse no. And you need digital now. Use the paper until you get the digital. I'm not saying say don't go digital. I'm saying say and now me say digital and my. But songs are being consumed. Use a mechanism that you can use to collect that data and share. Your friends allocate, not share. Allocate the royalties to the rightful owners. Simple.
Question is, Richard Dominic.
Quick one, yes, you when we say Obi artists you go National Theatre or Mokokoji Skawo, why do they go there to just go and collect the money from the organizer? Gamrofo. Or Mokoye and your Koyen. He is supposed to demand the playlist. Obia Obabe boy nyumo hono. Unko jina you artists no performer. Unko jina okeke ko boy nyumbia keke. See our industry structure chere say so ma playlist. Shata ko boy no rei. O mani playlist. Echre nyumo a obebo. Enti o ma input. Enti gamro for no ko ha. They are supposed to demand the playlist first. Then they know how much bill they will give your friend is saying no, because it's part of the royalty system.
Okay.
But they only go and collect 10,000 CDs from the organizer. No media, no where to 5,000. No records.
May I say? Because I mean you.
Yeah.
Richard Dominic, I mean, I'm a secretary clear what I'm saying. Said film no dear, you cry mom. But now some year okay send it to then we'll come to Sarkodie a bit.
Yeah, because Macau table yachi. Na Macau table yachi several. Say Africa, West Africa, na Ghana. The future survival of our legends depend on royalties. And me won kwanya betumi afaswa. Ibetumi akere sa asen mu nchiremu. Because edwuma kwesi agbaji oji social security. Buso okọ pension onye 60 years a. Ofie. Senate for be friend no. Kwesi agbaji. O pension. O sika on tutusu du na tete no. Wodi eni. De emu nchiche mama. So the basic few, so the bed you, or the Begina you, or the Mehena Yaresa, or no anasama. That's your pension. Musician, and actor now, or yes, and no. Or no pension ya. Obeji pension pay way.
No, the pensions. So you don't create the pensions.
The only pensions are recognizable within your space. Is the royalty system.
I differ.
Me pacho. Who can want some one monsieur? My man come some.
No,
man, don't tell me anything.
Oh,
don't tell me anything.
Royalty is not pension.
I know. Don't tell me anything.
Royalty is benefit from the work. Your job, your product is still working for you, and you are pension.
Me say debut.
Once you create a job, every day I hear bonus pension.
But who call pension? Who be size carry the money then?
And you mono still I hear bono mosika.
See, must be
when we cry, you mono hear bono to mosika. It's pension. Yes,
udu susu a obeji. Udu susu a obeji.
Mumienu na mo right. We are right. Mumienu na. Ni asoke tu kan no kre right. Yes. Royalties in Gina Homa pension. We are right. Because you're not in your cano, right. In fact, say, Oko Ahum Jim, Wahodin, Abia, now you can't benefit from shows. Abia Untimin Kojana stage now. Until largely you depend on the royalties because CCR sales, yeah, crown or IBB, but yeah, Tonyuma, Intibumi, we are right.
Yeah, more station be
na
ya more station bia ya more nyum station bia
and also you right
enti me pension
because me to amasam so na
and the dusty are sending message or sending a message when I'm saying I don't die because me can say more or say oh Socrates is right and I'm sure when you were talking make you submission and sending your so Castle you're right and I'm saying and when you be say you're right
I'm always right
okay yeah because me to amasam so na me chirema ma mama no ensi na obaji mfimfin no
it can be
the me person me chiremu no say royalty eya ade a adwuma obia wo ye adwuma ana ye creative art adwuma ye no ubenye emu faso de a esese e free the usage of one way use wo nyama no o content no what they are supposed to pay to you se fane say yeti hai se tv bia eyi ejako sene no mutua they are logging say they are you are so kechiremu they are logging me kwant me bisa na say wo mo act no say ye pese etua royalties mo a e kwan ban de be fa so a e betuma etua royalties de amamo me bisa no chiremu say enye obia o act kra no nya royalty na because acting no is based on scripts we are actor unti obina me kwese gbagina oye company and wakoto ne scripts and odema ya wafa o say ya we screen goddess but just script no na fa act na o act wi a ahena abagime nti ya behwe kwese gbagin so company we me act ya meju $100,000 ya $100,000 na the amount oko baby wa act ya chiro rule based on the script no ya chiro no wa act oko baby uji says kana oko wi a it is assumes say ukoye adwuma ukodi upa based on why you adwuma wi oko baby and then the aspect of where Rita etrimu so it's important for them to earn. Then the question it becomes like how are they going to earn that royalty when the script no anyway no most of them they don't write it obina producer obi story producer na obina wire in story producer akoto ya scripted the amount and a will rate our act
so performing they're performing
the question that comes in the about performing Rita is doing performing or perform okay nti or performance right meboa she's entitled to performance rights. Now you ask yourself say any other person play role biamono mathematics be any calculations be na oho you better put in place to make sure say all the actors they play one particular acting in a movie no all of them get royalties.
But do all of them deserve royalties? No. And yet obia obe play
So who come
yes, who appear with film no open file mu work pass be plan po na say all right no.
But that person of work pass or then or a performer.
But you don't deserve royalties because you just appear in a film one.
No, but so can be.
So you
performing.
No.
So when me try man can win assassin.
You bet you are, but that doesn't mean.
So who is entitled for royalties in the movie?
The lead characters?
Yes.
Pacho, who is entitled for?
There's a role you play that you deserve. You come with equity to deserve royalties. It's part of the contract you sign.
Okay. So, because one say me hate no, it in common no. I next conversation. Meaning say, in a situation of about nipa best 100, active one particular movie. A journey to Kokrentume, no. Not all of them are Rita Dominic Eka said they should be paid, no, are going to be entitled for royalties.
It depends on what role you play.
You understand what I'm saying? So it means that we still need to have a deeper conversation, but because Sanipana who according to circuit who can say on your entitled and who brought for who can come with equity. Anybody plays or play a role player in a movie, no, also came with an equity because any role no play woman is important. And kaya mano kra mani be place role no. So therefore, we need to have a deeper conversation about what Rita proposed and Rita Diabano. Because once they belong to a peculiar, it's a bit unique, different differentials wom kakra, and Socket is giving me even the differentials now. Say you must come with equity and you'll be an ebinya. But then in a movie, you have over 50 people acting one movie. Now see, Ebinumu you're entitled, Ebinumu are not entitled. If those people now who cast on money entitled, no, if they also rise up to say, hey, we are also demanding royalties. How are you going to? By the lead role, no, the person,
Dominic must say it depends on the contract you sign.
Argument you ain't mean because here is move ko him.
Yeah, and so we need to have a deeper conversation about how your actors and actresses, no, one way to me and make it royalties based on what they do with their performance, because they are entitled. They are not maker of an intimacy and watch it. Yeah, obra yebe ya. Obia odachi intini yeti ya yebre yo. Obia dachi intini yeti anuma ya kasa me yakwa yeti so woli. Yeah, obia dachi intia. Enti bibi a wo ye bia no se ebi for immediate consumption. Ebi so eye future consumption. Me wafa no ohwe no movies a watwa now ochina a bedroom bibi na wontumi nya adwuma bia bi wa. Royalty ho asema eken hot fork na dade na no ubetumi anya mu bibi a ebetumi sesi ebetumi ama watumi wo fie kura ubetumi aya benefit. Tuntum sesi kwa wo de tuntum abeka ho. Tuntum wa premier kwa America. It means that you will still be earning royalties from America.
And men can use the mpacho. It's not because we shoot two film, no, not just we royalties.
No, but when it's used there in America,
when it is
we are talking about usage.
Yes, but here in Yusua.
But we film no so there tuntum ye be use. Te definitely no. Ubenya
question is mpacho si for me.
Ubenya dey can hot fork no. Nti them say. But a bano to say they are sa called the air canal. Kwesi, I think that when it comes to the issue about your royalty system now, it looks as if to me say as Ubia ideas. Ubia ideas about what he thinks about Ghana royalty system. And I can't even be taking the bull by the horn. I step inside I say okay, ceasefire. Yeah, the side plan we yeah the year Juma. Yeah, in a jitum say your royalty system now application. Kwaya year first wa ye jiji sikano. Sikana administratively kwaya year first wa ye jiji no. Wrong. We are not making enough to be able to actually even pay to the people. 2. Kwaya year first wa ye jiji sikano. Distribution wrong because we are collecting from IFA not info.
There's no data.
What I say? Nipa yajijia nipa ni na boom yajiji 200,000. Near the 200,000 egu one basket him say. Ya categorize A B C D E F. Category A omo 8 songs. Inti ye mo 10,000 Ghana. Category B, omo 5 songs. Ye mo 500 Ghana. Sa to 1. Inti na obeti na so obi a charity no obi aba say onya 100 Ghana. It's because of that distribution. And say ye loguna. Say if we go through the system of proper login system, now you will strong data near the year. There are some people who will not even get royalties. Only Rexoma Muina Kasa. One more joining international CISAC every month they get a letter. They get letter. Yes, sir. Your boyum awaha, because I bought your bobaku, your bobaku Germany, your bobaku aha, you are entitled to win $50. Do you see them complaining? They don't complain because that is the data system. CISAC provided the amount. We need to apply that important system no, to be able to monetize properly and kill the one more you use on money. And yes, idea. Some people's song will be played, will collect the money and pay it to people whose songs are not even will be acquired demo. No, they are caught on royalties for 4 years.
Medase. Yeah, I'm into you. No, you're for news.
Media mean can be brim na in some so critical na me pese me busa no questions kaka. Say obe permit me. Na me pese me busa say asema wo kan wa hai eya reho pa o. Are you saying say it hey Gamro institutions na your Ghana hey. They don't even have a bill to charge for say they are akosi aboaje abo ebia enyum we ni enim say you 1 cedi and 50 pesos. Is it that they have and they are not bringing it out, or they don't have? It's two different things.
They don't want to even have.
When you say they don't want to have, not just say, is it deliberate?
They know what they should do, but they are not doing it. And your mom chunk to say be a Peace FM near brought bill 40,000 for the year. Be the other station near man 25,000 NEET FM to ya say they give you one bar no onyomudiano tese omonteso mawo na omaye no maje.
Then that means that we will never find a solution to this problem.
This nyame can say new
super. No, we know what the problem is.
Yes. Yeah.
But according to what Socrates is saying, we are failing to apply the solution. That can actually
they know they can do paper ya me can
because but if you are talking about the fact that charge Peace FM 40 Ghana, because when Sakodi Kasa in na asemo catch to say so that we get the monies that are owed. Now my question is that who owes them money?
There are stations are omuntua.
There are stations we call omuntua.
So 80 stations no that Gamruka and a Gamru so akwa the artist nika. That's what you're saying.
Stations, Sabok, we na negotiated fee na the demand station. The Gamro is not going to close the station, but by the law, law na yes, is one log here. Then
that means that these artists will never get what is due them.
Law no yes, one log here. In the first place,
okay.
The law has empowered Gamro to arrest them, take them to court,
so that they can get what is required of them.
Yes.
And I'm person may say, per what you are saying and what we've all agreed on, that means that these artists, if we don't change this system, will never get what is due them, because if your boss are called 10 times. Now catch me say at the end of the month. Let me finish. At the end of the month, the Gamra be charge 40,000. 40,000 impona own nim say sakodi enyemu 5 and 2 no. Or saba be say you only pa no otua ne sa 3 set so mami. No ate so no the money 20 say sakodi
but you see, who do you blame?
Because
blame Sarkodie. Blame Sarkodie. In Sarkodie after court. Ako see you Gamro.
And we have I've had the opportunity to interview a lot of a lot of artists that they all keep complaining, and we have a broken system here. What are the specific? What are you doing about it?
They should sue Gamro. The artists should sue Gamro for them to implement the law. Na dia mom for Gamro neglecting the law, because who ya dem ramao and I'm from branding you and me mama assign me right amount. Me expect to say ubeye adwuma na mame.
Right.
Oji hu 30%. And to me, I see me sue.
Now, also copy me,
yes. But you see, they only complain. They will see somewhere and complain because
that is what I'm trying to say. That then
Shatawale, but now no, your friend is saying, media for you. No, I yomo. Meanwhile, yes, or koya no nye. In case sako on your king, no afraid, ninu class action. No mako sue Gamro. Mrane se say, I didn't ramunye.
Yeah.
Jansun yedi ashamonsa. Someone apply way. And you know, why are you not applying it? Negligence of duty. it's a crime. Then you sue them.
Until I make me say artists nankasa mu nankasa no. Omo ankasa omo nye well vested in omo ankasa omo royalties. I'm tempted to think say is it because now no because of the international platforms near they are signed on to they are getting it then they are cool. If that is the case,
it's until recently and artists be no.
No, because recent even 3 years ago. Recently, I can tell you on authority
taking interest in royalties.
No, 3 years ago. I can tell you on authority says 3 years ago. We have musicians, but even on my show, I had some of them coming to accuse Gamro of Deb, and I asked myself, say, these musicians, more royalties in a benefit mono. You always complain, and I'm a royalty by minya tensi minya say, dear na wungna
and you know those who are managing do you know those who are managing Gamro, including Kwesiane Soti and say they are all artists.
Okay.
When they get there, then they forget about what they are supposed to do. The first administrator said, "You man, me expect it's almost put number because they did a year and me can say no crew manti office near meeting. Almost cutting our open on free. Your friend is saying, login system and we negotiate and we GG scan. Then they decide how much they should give the artist. Me kai amachi dede kwesi friend no hanse once your casa say get out me kai pa. At that point, be at
this point in time, yen to me, ye need billing a trace a born you back with 50%. Nase yen to me and
what will
that
take
industry
what will take them to do that? Nothing, but they won't do it.
So if the musicians really are concerned, because we can only express our opinions on the matter.
The problem.
So if the musicians, because they are sitting on the platform talking about this owe me this, so who owes you? What data now would they back and say we assume the meka or maintain the meka? How are we supposed to help you solve that problem when you now would the na who sikane benefit no who crown you are not doing anything about it? Then we are having any say kasakwa. Yeah, kasakwa because sa Gamro issue way if he sees to buy ya kan yene ya kasakwa.
If
they care about their royalty systems and they really want that money due them to be paid, then they should take the right actions so that we will get the right results. Because I never can ferry crassy it was will be before penny paper. I bet trust them about Shatawale Num say now why them pay free? Nipa hin and kebetro. Because obi anti radio be so teenage monitor say na Peace FM about Shatawale wabo stone boy wabo say why them pay free why na betro.
Peace 1043 FM entertainment review where encheme be phone lines native for no magic calls kaka need me asore. So I have some friends who are also celebrating their birthday. Brunei Complex. You share your birthday with me. Tuesday, 12 March is your birthday. And tomorrow is also your birthday, Frank Kwabna Wusu. Frankie 5. Happy birthday in advance.
We were just friends, 'cause I miss you, baby. And I've got those feelings again. I guess I'm all confused about you. I feel so in love, oh baby.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Oh, baby. I've been thinking about you. Hey, suddenly we're strangers. I watch you walking away.
going to lump about 3 stories together. And now International Women's Day. So I bet you can cry, mano, our industry, Stoneboy in DMV on the new anthem show a course. He's also raising Ghana's flag high. Now watching so when they say Aquacha a year KK Kabobo 10,000 Ghana cedis.
What can I do? I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Ooh, yeah. And Peace FM. I've been thinking about you. Can't get you.
And if you're a match born, know that you're a special being. Thinking about you. London Beats.
This
dial is hot. Stay tuned.
Okay, all right. So, young queen, where do you tell? And International Women's Day. One thing I've noticed about International Women's Day is this International Women Conference. I'm on for organize via Kama Ghana no be kakra no bon say obia baby nti ebedu International Women's Day ni ebehu an so ma no na mukohia na mudidi mu hunkomo na there I was asking a friend of mine say so this International Women, I've seen these women, they gather now obia ba kind of story so what then after that in what or so it's for empowerment. They empower them and I'm saying okay, they empower the women. Oh, okay, because I've seen some of them share their stories and stories. I was listening to Bakui, for instance, Selifin Poman's story. Obi crack comment to be bizarre. Is she reading from there and there? Of course, I mean, she has to read. I just said she says okay, because there's a story near the other. But Michelle Selifin Poman's I think it was Women of Valor. Yes, I don't know about program now. Also, we International Women's Day near the other. And then who say, oh, Shelley, or can I say the story how Anyama was famous as a bar and in the account. So this one, it could pass for a movie. Shelley, you're a movie maker, so I'm sure you put your own story into a movie. Or I don't know where you should be. Maybe we'll have a movie like Shelley Frimpong soon. Then, because stories now no can easily could just pass for a movie.
Well, maybe it's in her plans.
Okay. It easily could pass for a movie. And Michelle, demeanor now to yes. To the be an eye because I rehoqua a canon near Kakan on one Kasaka on one life story near Kahon. In 70 be your kind, me a source of premier news here the bear and commodity near DP, but another International Women's Day and woman they car silky work to empower them. That's fine. Then when they share 10,000 Ghana cedis, when we saw Aquacoye, Kiki Kabobo Adoye. So this one quick. Aquacoye Adoye. Me share some video no. I wish you say yes Adoye we are. They won't put camera and only park on that hospital no. Yeah, BB kakra, but that.
Say Ebia obey here.
Stoneboy, I saw Kitty too. I think Fox 5. That's in DC. Stoneboy, there's this video I also called viral on Stoneboy. They are performing, I think it's on Ghana's Independence Day. So they've organized some show or DMV area, how them say. That's DC, Maryland, Virginia, all of me areas. I'm saying, and also, but I don't know whether it was yesterday and I said then about so which video interview or call with TV stations and also I call viral quickly.
Okay, right. Because I mean, fact, International Women's Day empowerment. No, I think these conferences are needed.
Okay.
In my humble opinion, because right, because when you say they be empower and then never empower you. So what I say, sir.
Very soon, remember, so
I think for some people, no, it's not just about empowering alone.
Okay.
Also networking, inspiring others, and also I think some of these conferences are inspire me and ameko. me share na enye me lie me nko.
Do you think it's empowering them?
Well, I think so. I think for some people, listening to such stories, will change their perception of life.
As a song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for some people, they obi o conference na se no obenya sa permit me say me nka de bro for me who say me can no trim. Obenya that epiphany. Say, oh, okay, so this is what I can do. This, so you never know. These things are quite empowering. Okay. I think say me bo mabaso and Nanabe's show was actually a huge success. I think last year the turnout wasn't like this, but this one was really massive. The production and everything from some formal guests in Yemabemuna, it was well done and well thought through. So kudos to her. And also,
I know, sir, as in Thursday day of Tata House and so almost back could be almost for this same
purpose.
The same purpose. Yeah.
So it is needed. And I'm patch next one.
Stoneboy, then Wendy Shea.
Okay, yeah. And I back see Wendy Shea, dear a bear ding pass say. Obi betina baby aka say me feel say who here so the camera beko. You cannot control that. Because one say one thing I mean say we ask mo bia won the values and the principles or the bonebra. Ebi ameme de no enye no na wo use because ebi ameme koye sa adoye na
me bi because ati biom sa na say mo the camera begina me butu
because umpe but say bi o say omo koye na busuafo ne nkrofo ho nobody express be sure so omo kan ya
and not just senior isi can no ahwe na not to attack when the she why are they say is wait me akwa sa adoye I won't take that one from her but I'm just saying that na nipa no ati bien mu those things am fisi hano na bon say bloggers na yenam ne ko but
Makwesi so long as we aba beto abontin ni de sa na beba no ebi ana sebio men kase bi aye papa no ebi a wan kasa ho so na wa wo hwe wa de amenye sure say camera bi a betumi what am I say so long as we to me aba public aba bebusa ni de these things you may not have control over it entirely. Okay. And with regards to Stoneboy and Brakwesi Stoneboy die bona baso pa brand ye juma evidently baby a ho say me nim so I top private jet on my own baby a ho or boy juma and I think that these are the things that we love to see.
And let me just add say ebano kasapa oratory obronikan oratory say na no awo na no ate no kan na otimi kana asem untimi yisade no mfiri Stoneboy hodom say otan akudra no yi in America and kwan of fa so kasa ye brofo no say no sirisa no very articulate. I mean Fox 5 no say no so nye TV station ketwa na wo gina hodom say na Stoneboy na chese utimi say wo risa no kasa no de
ma go say ya wo hwe nyema sa na ya ma wo feel saying like how do you feel
say wada.
So I think for Stoneboy, I think it's a big kudos to his team.
You want me to say I had orgasm or something like that? You want me to say I had orgasm or something like that?
Oh, but if you had orgasm too, you can say it. It's also good. Say Bia.
I've been wanting to ask you this because it came off of a huge moment. It was at the Accra Sports Complex, and that was at the festival. That was a dream come true for you. Tell me about that.
55,000 capacity solid in the capital,
wow.
Representing Ghana music, solely bringing it to the people, showing the world that we have it, showing the world that Ghana is the foundation of what we're enjoying today. I proudly say that everywhere I go. The first country, sub-Saharan, to gain independence, and that's why we're celebrating it today. Shout out to Kwame Nkrumah, who made sure the movement was solid all across Africa, and we're enjoying all this high life music as well. It's a foundation that has brought us all up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can trace our roots, sources from all across Caribbean into the DMVs, however, back to Ghana, and I'm saying Ghana, and I'm saying it's Ghana.
Heavy on Ghana, love it.
And I don't shy to say that, in as much as there's all this interesting competition amongst the individual countries, all these borders were created by the colonial masters. So I represent in fullness, you understand, from where I come as Ghana, but for Africa. Because you find red, gold, green in almost every color, in almost every flag, every country's flag from Africa. The red for the blood, the sacrifice, the yellow for the golden resources, the green for the forestry, and the black for its people. So you don't know, this is like a representation of the fullness thereof tomorrow at the anthem. Come witness originality of African music. See? Stoneboy said that.
Know the history.
Peace FM.
That's Stoneboy.
No, filiasi.
Yeah.
Filiasi. So I think, sir, big congratulations to him. I love the hard work. It's evident. And the evidence is there and there and there. You can't say. But I think a big congratulations going out to him and most importantly his team.
Well, Melbourne Abaso, Stoneboy Abaso. But again, and so no, me witness say Samini at Howard University, and the number of students are there. Also Emma a good representation of the story. Saying I know Emma no. Samini was there, and also or starting, and it was an inspiration to the students, those who were doing music even refreshment na evening and still are so. And I listened to Samini and the market for Ghana.
So the issues now with the man, you are pooing and you are
doing. Oh, Debbie. Oh, say Stoneboy, I been say.
So you now select questions no. Oh, so you do other matters. Other matters no.
Oh, okay. Yo, but yeah, Stoneboy, yeah.
Because and I'm not saying when you do that, it's not fair to me even as a host. Draw attention to.
But let me feel say, say any waka and means we say a similar thing.
Okay.
Happen.
I understand you, but the trick you are using, I also understand. Would it for no chance about medium chance?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You, you my boss Stoneboy Abaso, waka, and a man and so no.
Yeah.
We the make can say. Socrates, the Greek philosopher, and Okana say everybody you see.
Yeah, we are the dinner or as nefisu. Okay.
It was a Brazilian footballer, Pacho.
Was it
the Brazilian footballer? Mimi Dina is from the Brazilian football, and Greek philosopher, Pacho.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Because see, or no Okana say
Brazilian football friend Socrates.
Yeah, there's a Brazilian or a medical doctor.
No, your friend is Socrates.
Yeah.
Oh, you're sure? I say you don't sound sure.
The S is silent. Yeah. Oh, what is funny?
So great, Sapo.
Yes.
What is funny?
So they spell with S, but you don't spell with S.
Yeah,
so
because the S is silent. Just like George's George.
No, Socrates. You don't spell with S.
Yeah,
so,
no.
I'm saying that we are OBD.
But you see, we have Georges and we have George.
But
you go to the French side, they say George.
Oh,
you come to English.
We are Socrates.
Mate. Everybody you see on the streets is fighting a battle of his own. Who feel say, the other person you are seeing there, no. You don't know what the person also into obia for bibi mu. Yen respect obia. And of course also can say spend much time in reading other people's books. So you will learn for free what others have labored for. Intino se uti obi nso asem no. Ubenya sua de bi nso afiri mu. Na onso de aba obra. Enya de a ebi okotua sika bi for it. But utie no we ko. Inti emfa nyina no enye futusem.
That's it. Because yes, bonnet your mama na me fa course. Yeah.
And Royal International Women's Day.
Sure.
I think say conversation a course so I'm saying movie na Madam Kwaka said Royalties seminar no. So I'm say Rita was invited on that program.
I only say na me pe oba ba na nka me na kasa. Me who story be about oba when the she. Because now a year International Women's Day. When say story be say soko kasa o say TV3 o say there was say a man pe feature omunya me man o pe feature fi omo a ti say omo pe say omo ne omo dance na o say me man no pe feature me man ne nkan kire omo pe say omo ne omo da but omo man no so omo ka kire nyum to fon so kimpa chom pe say me no to nyum bom and yet it's only me a dance na
hips na on person try hips
ai enti na go International Women's Day na me say enkono aba on be share any experience is it that anyum to for no hard drinks as omo pese na say be man name man so there ba miss I mean these things
me ka say So there's occupational hazard in every job. And
Patronia me for
there's occupational hazard across. And sometimes, you know, like which man can say the wakani on conversations of course on the phone so any the one chatting here or you are in on the silent level. What I say.
Baba can so on no dia baba
to and I'm say ebi o on dealing with
Oyebi said there oni obi die
on a silent level.
Oh, there be so the abenti
baby say be all can or can kwakusi say e bia na wo ye babunu ana whatever oti ha na bia won so wani so ade hunu say wo betwa sini ana ba resi ni twa adwuma nu kan hunu say sai niema we no e bi be ye den e bi be ba wa akwan mu so you make the right choice by not giving in to these men. I want to believe that's what she meant.
Mina meka we aka kosi meka si dedi
enra the media me because I'm an advocate for women because Emma and a woman Emma by we are saying inti me who say Emma a ye bibia as I said we are the support in Mamu this time I really appreciate and there a conversation, no? The color, the caliber, the way we put the event, you know, the class of it was very beautiful. The Mekosusaka say a year biano, yenya, I make catch nana say let's get on 2 stories of women, even within Ghana, within Africa, what women have gone through, their challenges.
But you don't think, sir, one of these days in Sunobia, say now who remember be on some man aye niama ahie pa that correct so my platform near say
of course I think it's important. No bro see I think it's important.
I'm saying that na man so mu hia bibi so okay yes say be say sorry
because men don't talk naturally.
Why don't you talk? You have to talk
by our nature said the attitude no
on that same platform no mo ye no say men no ye meka ye de so okay
they were victims of women. I think bro I think it's important.
I think say nana suru next year one invite me money na yensusu emra na
no say I'm saying say wait me afa bi obema bako a on so I boat okay oba na man no sunsuan so okay yen so say ye emma no so say ni say
oh because it's not far fetched bra because dia wo kan e man bi ye obi wo ho oba ni office so be ye o hwe wa hu say me do yem bibi
me message na me hwe say me de man no ndra eni na no say let's always use women International Women's Day no as a platform to empower women who are in abusive relationships and marriages to have the boldness to walk out than dying in those relationships. A problem my man bebre amane a man kum e wo Ghana ha obi wo ha de obedinti or the relationship mu ye de na soma da ne waduro and ye pie mu because of 100 Ghana 1000 Ghana cedi chop money go baby ye brunu etetia na ya se kum no. And I did we ya can't want some but still no for a man be into me nya kukudro and I love him. Now love no ku what does that love means? Inti masama me de bia no make us say yemfa jimie emfa nkwa wariase emfa my baby be nkobu nku in the name of I love you. What I say inti de bia me kasa asem say
okay
in the name of society. Sa pepe inti kwasi me message kakra me de man on women's International Women's Day no. Let's get that woman power for them to work out of this nonsense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apart
from that day, Stone. His level of his maturity and education. I say Stone boy Kasa, I love it so much. We hear Kasa the way Kasa articulation, the way utmin even the Ghana flag, kranu, descriptions utmi. It defined a Ghana flag on that platform, on that level. Just Ubia, it was a well-sold kind of statement, and I really appreciate the manner of selling Ghana on that platform. Sani Epeno say your musicians no omunya opportunity now. They should sell themselves loud out there. Don't let anybody intimidate you because you are coming from West Africa or you are, and that's one of the spirit as Stoneball wa mepe.
Okay.
Original platforms are. He will not allow you to intimidate him because he comes from Africa or he comes from West Africa. We are always laid back. Your core platforms need who big opportunities are useful. But Stone will not give you that chance. He will speak, he will tell you, he will force and convince you that Baby Ofibano is the best place to be, and that's what every artist will fight for.
Me that's it. Well, you better call Kakra. Nah, yeah, sorry. So 03022579 00 and 0302257901. I'm a sapon kuan in the ejuma has send me audio be voice note be na. Say me obabe na abuse me. You people should give me the platform now make come answer more.
Peace FM.
And my dear my was I see you have share.
Sorry, yeah, yeah.
Mama Fakos Kakra na sorry so. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, but you're frozen.
Kwame.
Okay, Kwame and you. Oh, sorry. Fachet me wahoma no atiko 03022579 00 03022579 and some hold on come hold aye do betimi do adwin shaba. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes sir.
Pacho, good evening. Fabrici. Be the bedroom katata large of Fabrici.
Yenti we.
Yakupo sha bebele baba aboba oba Ghana. La evidence be be say dey bia da we so we dey the same time. We go here am near the share be bia we so we dey marry. Everybody the Boston boy pass be be. E was be dey so kwa do okodi here. Cause be sha stop boy Yakupo say like e kalo kre. Only pa we ti grab na ba cause obonu body pa we sha so today le ho Brazil ni the first le kai kwa say be o na. The papa Yakupo like I see kwa dem na go cause to Israel now we dey do be biano e pa Isabra oba Ghana me da see Yakupo le ejuma.
Yes, yeah, that's if papa. Yen fan your dio. Hello.
Yes, Brakwesi.
Yes, my man, you're frozen.
Pastor Jenny for Masaeto.
Thank you, Jenny.
You na all African games nanka me expect you be to say Rocky Daoni because on Jumbi meaning ties to the ba or to say in Ghana nanka wa kotono I think then can be 90 ba omo ko any although say omo ya de ba performance na average for me and after so yeah the way ya true question said the ma software na ya na me penisa na me say me bisan obi a try nothing because Bradley Sikra no host show no can no nye things I have no say me true question say me bisan I think say yeah right so Iraq and cat software that area no actually like it.
That's it. 0302257900 0302257901 ye fakos kakraka hona chese de yan komono na ye de si na ya sode so and come who do I told ja vetting of the minister designate on our way Japamesa ye di hun common sema who do on komo bebre ne pp few and other issues I share all African games the opening ceremony the entertainment aspect of it ye di hun and komo and in sema who do ye di wait me adwenche. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Bajodi. Woody.
Hello.
Your friend said Woody you.
Today of Ayabwa.
Yenti wafa. Wafa yenti we.
Yeah, me person can say. The juma ko se aboaje no. Tami inshallah pa.
Amen, sure. So.
Amen. See, I'm more of the boy gumbo, and more of the boy musicians, you know. We say, not a good imagination. If you say, who shall? Media, almost to 2 months, and you know, I am the same, will be woman. Now, what you are crazy. And it's only the tune. Don't come over here. Don't want fast one. About more movie. Now, I some sort of socket kind of from this way. I get a need someone walking now. Then we are doing it. Now, everything we can't be Uncle Swaz, maybe I'm Uncle Swaz.
Over here, that's it. Let me show. Yeah, that's Papa. Let me show. You're fine. Your duo saying hello.
Hello, Brakwasi.
Yeah, Udin.
Your friend Kwabna Sanse, make us a free dance man.
Kwabna into you.
Brakwasi, an opinion, I sham. The shelf I took it for Anna, Miss After nothing. I want to submissions our deba. We can't go anymore. Now, what can we be for Shatawari? And you know, now make the Adeba come here and say, I think Shata, we need to make rap. And Antimano, so what they call performance, me and show how I be my friend. But when it's an accent, getting Timana as a trainer. Instead of the Kobe friend, you know, get the what I train. Jama wants me movement into me by ye and Famano. I think that's the next time or maybe be a not the way you swing to my so be a winning to my of one knows me who say no business control in the man.
Yeah, that's it. My main junior G Holm see on also a Jinche we entertainment reviews. Maybe we'll just pick about two. You bet me for any pam you be aka 0302257900 0302257901 and you to me we want to see fa be me be kahwana and one na ya so de so e wo ye dwumedie so 03022579 003022579 01. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm at him. What did he say? And yeah, my member of studio. Yampon. Kwesi? Yampon.
Kwesi Ochina. Then as a Mwaba father. A basso.
Okay.
Na ye na.
Ochina no ye.
Ochina no ye aba father. Obe start anyway 3 p.m. Conference center. Nti ye na no. Yabeko na yako support no ama bibia so aye kama and then akobi mante so osie ne papa ura mante na pay ina no yakope ne krabe na yamane yako kese pa ene eso yemes ayi Nana Reagan so birthday baby bi obia no ya wish no pa ana endra so Regina take me pie on so birthday and then the day before na so my wife so birthday. Until this match he did birthday nkwa.
I see.
Birthday kwa ni guso ayedi kwa enim. Nti sa papa because
so great. Anything?
Kwesi?
Yeah.
We dey nka me dey ade bi me be kai wa de bi but minim say
obeti akai.
Metimi akai with your permission. Who can say wo mpe ade a yakọ cha de camera si so no.
Yeah.
And me kai near command 10,000 and na pia man iska no. Juwelaka.
Yeah.
See the camera see so that the one can see nyai.
Me about camera.
Oh yeah, you try. Me can scan in your money na.
I'm for camera. There was no camera.
Me say see you try. You the phone try.
Yes, and I'm saying you try. I say you try for. Do you have it in public?
Oh yeah.
Who one of the two public?
Me kai mo but public.
Me I don't and I don't think that.
And you for camera. You the phone call and you the phone try.
Why they try?
Yeah, and you record here but public.
Why they record here?
Yeah, and you record here.
Say yeah, me na me record it. Who now record? Who now try? And me try.
I mean me try. But one can say me stop. You play it.
You one kasa wa dear awoye. It was a collective thing and I'm a boy.
You'll be in a summer.
Mate.
Anyway, just by the way. But I can't say me can't stop me kind. Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah.
And okay. Next time you like or some baby man me call me for
camera. Yeah, call baby I am for camera.
Just say you like about.
Yeah, billboard. Never got to billboard.
Same way.
How did you link this one to this one? Yeah, what the band there by day? What do you want to do? Why do you like violence like that?
It is easy. I was main guy. So great. Main guy was in there.
Me beside permission answer.
Where's the Kano?
There also main guy was in
there. Me pacho. Yeah, move on.
Into when war draw.
My withdraw.
Me too.
Kwesi Abuaje.
Yeah.
Mesre Ghana musicians now omo isunde bia about royalties no. Omo nya isunu no omo nya nyom so omo ye. Gamro supposed to collect the data. Kwen bi ombe faso a ombe collect data no. Every data collection is a data collection. Whether you use whatever to collect now. No munya kasa bebre no. Ya bre omo. they should impress on Gamro to do the right thing. Kwesi.
Yeah.
Kwesi, I think.
Mami, you know about no fair what in asem.
Why?
Okay, you know about Kofre Mataiko Jennifer. Or say and can't you say and you na ye host no ntia ja questions be brebe na obisa so cretin.
Oh,
but
I
know you ask yeah, but I mean at that point in man can but my main can see Jennifer because I'm so tie. Jumedi no to be a niam bi a ye ma ho kwan and especially so ni pa ko ntia ase.
But say asema me kan no per clarity.
Na
bisa.
Me pese me busa Jennifer sentiment.
Enya hwe. Obese ni o kan say to be a o ya the host intino sa no ntia ase.
Okay.
Say wa unim say na kra me subo me ball me say backing vocalist here.
I think say because I'm also a host that you know edge is there.
Yeah.
And Jennifer that say be ho adwuma.
Jennifer lucky say wa num sugar.
My sober. But then I think say me so about their so critical and so I think say artists this royalty issue is beginning to sound like a broken record. Yeah, wake up, but really nobody's willing to take the bull by its own and say me from saying I'm here to get results. So until they are able to do that, then I'm sorry, they are going to face this, And I'm bacha one question. Yes, me Musa Kosi, and there's another question. Jennifer, shout out to you. Yes, a freelance performer.
Kosi, where the quick one? Pacho National Theatre Numri. Show be baso atai.
Okay.
Atai. General Tatia. Pacho mesro bia. Ope say stress aba. Pacho ko. Na say heart attack na ekuni papa. Just go and relieve some stress at the National Theatre this evening.
Because if freelance performer, I will be a performer without restrictions. Simple. Will be a
That baby goodbye.
Yejumedi ada dem special King David ba no aba beto amoso. Oti kwesi na sten kan wie sanso na secret safote nen kan oti ya boan kan me do ma se omo ni mpinifo be boa me kire o ma adwen wo ye nkoma ahodo etodwa etiefo amutie bi mo amofra ye nyame nhramo mo nso amohwe wo ye internet Facebook ni YouTube na mo de comment ya me ntimi nkan nyina me da mo ase salamat painto time echi boa me hihye jumedie Isabella nso boa ye Peter Scott on social media. Ebina Danso 12 March, my birthday. Mini Dorinda Agbeko. We share birthday together. And tomorrow also happens to be Frank Abino Usu's birthday. Frankie 5. Happy birthday in advance. Grateful as always. Without you, couldn't have been a success. Crazy, your darling. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and take it easy out there. One time in camp. Me call.